And excuse me, I had to get a Sunday. So
I
this shit,
wish I could have a Sunday right now. I would kill somebody for one right now.
I see you.
yeah,
Stay disciplined, my boy. I see you out here. I
Yeah,
see you
I'm
out here
doing
grinding.
it.
right.
Stay disciplined.
I saw him at the joint. I was like, oh shit, this nigga getting thin out here.
That nigga Merc said I was smoking crack.
Hey man, look, Miriam told me one day I was starting to get the Al Roker, and I was like, see, that shit make me not want to work out. I
Nah,
don't want big head, small body.
no, man. When I was walking around Angel Stadium, nigga, and I was tired. It was like Mother's Day last year. I was like, nah, man, I gotta do something, bro. This is
Yeah. Now
ridiculous. It was like
that's
90 degrees outside. You know what I'm saying? It's a Dodger game, so you know it's mad hoes outside, and I'm just like, man, I can't be doing this no more, man.
nah.
I hit my man up who was instructor. I was like, man, hit me with your online joint. So first 3 months was hard, but now it's like it's easier. But I do on a Sunday, but instead I've had tuna fish today.
Yeah, I'm never going to go the tuna fish route.
Well,
I ain't doing no
my
that.
mom makes good tuna fish, and I try to eat all the free food I can while I'm here.
Yeah.
I feel you.
Because next Tuesday I gotta start cooking again.
Yeah, I feel you. I can't do it. It's tuna fish and mackerel or salmon croquette. I've
Oh,
never
Mike.
done it. I ain't touching it.
Oh, Mike, I'm going to Jerry World next month for the first time.
Yes, sir. You go. Oh, that's gonna be a great experience for you. I know everybody feels the way about the Cowboys, but the actual experience of experiencing that stadium is beautiful.
Well, I just like going to them away. Like, fuck the Packers, but Lambeau was a dope field to be on. I was like, we went through because there's only one entrance to the field. That's how you know it's an
Yeah,
old stadium. Like,
yeah.
so we went through the tunnel. I was like, man, Brett Favre was on every painkiller walking down this tunnel.
Nah,
That nigga Pat was gas. Like he was cool the whole game. Then we get on the field like, no, nigga, it's hard. Run that camera.
Yeah. Yeah. That's gonna be dope though, fam. Enjoy that because I went to I went to a Cowboys game. They played the Bears. Matter of fact, I think it was in 2016. I think this was Dak's first, the rookie
Dak's
year.
first start.
They played there. I went down there and man, the stadium is beautiful, bro. It's beautiful. You could hate the Cowboys, but you gonna love that stadium though.
Yeah, I'm trying to knock every stadium off. Like none have topped SoFi yet, but SoFi is ridiculous.
I'm hearing that Vegas stadium is nice too.
Vegas is a nice football stadium. SoFi is like the club with a football field.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to get the SoFi for WrestleMania. We'll see.
Yeah,
them tickets was looking crazy.
Well, the one time I've been inside, I had a plug. There's this girl I know. She worked for a record label, and she was like, "I don't really watch football, but you want to come? I think they're good seats." I looked on the ticket. It just said VIP. I was like, "I will be there."
Oh, well, man.
Niggas had their own bartender. I was like, "Yeah,
Damn.
yeah."
Well, before we go left, some dude pod. 142. Make sure you rate, like, subscribe, download wherever you get your favorite podcast. Make sure you go ahead and get that merch at Some Dude Pod. Oh, he was pressured. Okay. Some Dude Pod dot merch. Go ahead and get that merch. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, at Some Dude Pod. As you all see, if you're looking at us on the Twitch and on the YouTube, as you see, we got a guest. Of course, what we all knew what was going to happened on Sunday night with the Chicago Bears losing to the Green Bay Packers. So all of the Chicago Packers fans, you know what I'm saying? But count your fucking days.
Bang, before we even get into it, I'm disappointed in you. You know I'm disappointed.
We're going to get into that. We're going to get into that.
So disappointed.
We're going to get into that. We're going to get into that. But it was something that happened after the game, during the press conference that caused a bit of a tiff.
A little uproar.
I did not watch TV all Monday. I was in my office. My TV was off. And later on that day, I started seeing all of the uproar about, some stuff that Justin Fields had said during a press conference about the fans not doing the work. I cut on the TV on Tuesday because I'm thinking, all right, gotten out the way of the Green Bay loss. I'm in the clear. And one of the topics on Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin, and on other shows on all of the networks is Justin Fields and the reaction to his comments and if he was wrong, if he was right. So Justin Fields addressed it today among other things. And our man Scott Lewis, Barb Chair Scott, was there front row for the press conference. So we had to bring him on the show. You can also hear him on 79 for Hallis, Summer Sessions, Cinema with the Guys.
Everything Barbershop Network.
Barbershop Network.
I'm Michael Jordan. I play for the team I own.
The only podcast you don't hear him on is Ruthless Aggression and First Black Champ, ladies and gentlemen. So all of the wrestling shit he don't do.
Because I'm be asking mad questions. It's gonna be like when your girl watch a football game and she like, so the play stops after they tackle. Like I'm be like that if I come on First Black Champ and stuff. Like,
no. But we got him on the show, man. So let's go ahead and get right to it. I looked at some of the press conference and it seemed like a different mood that I'm used to seeing Justin Fields in. Yeah. How was that?
Well, first off, it was a lot of niggas there today. I pulled up to Hallis Hall and I'm looking for my usual parking spot and it's gone. So I roll around. I go through the parking lot.
Hold on, bro. You have your own parking spot?
Well, not my actual own parking spot, but like it's just the parking spot that I usually am in. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I pulled over there and I looked like, okay, there's a lot of niggas here today. Usually it's not this. I'm like, I got here by 30 minutes early, which I usually do. So I make sure I get a good seat up in press rooms. I'm like, so I didn't know they had like a back lot. So I finally found a back lot. But I had to go up. You know how you do like when you ever do like a U-turn with people watching you and it's wild awkward.
Oh yeah,
like niggas from the Tribune watch me pull up. I'm trying not to hit anything, so I'm go back around. I'm like, oh, here's the big parking lot. So we get over there. So we get there and the media room is packed to the brim. And I'm like, okay, niggas really want to hear what Just Fields got to say about them comments. And by the way, when Just Fields made those comments, I was in the room too, and I was like, I don't think this is gonna go off well. Like, as soon as he said it, and I was just like, like I felt like they reworded it. They took it out of context a little bit.
Barstool.
Yeah, Barstool. Them suckers over there. Yeah. I'm finna be like 50 when he was when we tell Q from World Star. Don't say my name, you sucker. Like I'm finna be like that because I had a lot of Barstool niggas in my mentions. But
wait a minute, actual Barstool?
No, like people, white people who.
Oh, okay.
I didn't have any employees in my mentions.
White people, 18 to 34. I got you.
Exactly. They're target demographic. But really just the whole mood in general, like because locker rooms are finally open again. Like it's first time since 2019. And I was in there real quick. We interviewed Dave Montgomery, and I was like, nigga, I'm getting up out of here because niggas look hot. Like, Eddie Jackson everybody was mad. So I was like, let me just go in the press room. So when Justin said that, I was like, this isn't going to go over. I didn't think it was going to, explode the way it did. But I tweeted on the 79th and Hallis account, like, and this is mad. All the races came out when I tweeted this. I was like, well, we're finally, so it took a while. I was like, but we're finally seeing the difference between how a black quarterback in this market is covered compared to a white quarterback
is covered in this
market. And nigga, all of them came out. All the niggas with the bald eagle that they mentions, mad, what's that?
Be an American.
Yeah, all them Bass Pro Shops type athletes.
all of the Dukes of Hazzard flags.
So I trolled them for about 30 minutes because I was bored and I had nothing else better to do. And I was in Appleton, Wisconsin.
You got to.
So you know what I'm saying? I trolled them, and then somebody was like, well, I don't see the issue here. It's not about race. I'm like, of course you don't see it, white man. So I went through that whole little thing. But it just kept going on. I noticed like the more popular the pod gets, the more idiots we get in our mentions.
I told you.
You know what I'm saying? You did say that. It's like we're getting to that area right now where people are just, getting to that. So I muted all that. But today I was like, I'm really interested to see what, what Coach is gonna say, what Justin's gonna say. And both of them, Coach really just was one thing about Eberflus that I've noticed since been covering. He don't show his hand, which is
he does not.
He doesn't show his hand.
He's like even keeled his head.
Yeah. And I gotta give it up to my guy Jason Leisure from Chicago Tribune. He's like the hard hitting question guy out of the media, and like he don't even be phased off Jason's question. Like Jason used to have Nagy flustered. Jason used to have Nagy flustered, dog. But even Flus, he was like, well, like we asked him today, is Vilas practicing? He looked at us. He was like, we handle injuries at the end of Wednesday on practice. And I was like, okay, like he just like gave that look, and then of course he didn't practice.
Right.
But so Justin comes on, and the funny thing about the interview at first, he was like kind of like robotic, you know what I'm saying? Like, giving us the typical athlete answers. Really, all athletes answer the question the same way. The same way Michael Jordan answered every question. We got to work hard, we got to be physical, type of stuff like that. But so first we asked him about the play call, and he was like, well, it's not my job to play call. That's Luke's job. We trust him and things of that nature. And then like Courtney Cronin from The Athletic, shout out to Courtney. She's real good at what she does.
And she's been doing her thing on ESPN too.
Yeah, she's been doing her thing. Yeah, she's been on First Take. She's been on Keyshawn. She used to cover the Vikings.
Yeah.
Shout out to Courtney. She asked a question to Justin. I forgot the question was, and Justin was like, "Oh, I'm gonna answer the question in a minute, but I just want to, take a minute to talk about the comment that blew up on Sunday." And he explained it basically saying that, I don't know any fans. I don't know any fans personally. I'm not saying they don't care about their team or they don't, put in money to come see us play and all that, but we're the ones who put in the work. We're the ones that's out there on the field. That's the way I was trying to clarify it. And a lot of people thought I was saying that the fans just don't do anything, and that's not what I was trying to say. He said, but, a lot of people, blew it up. And then Dan Wieder asked, he was like, well, how did you find out about it? He started laughing like, man, they added me on Twitter. They added me on all social medias. Like, that's how I found out about it. He was like, Barstool Sports blew it up. The whole media room just started laughing. And so, and then, he said, they kind of blew it up.
Yeah. Did Barstool Chicago have someone there?
No.
All right.
No. So they took the clip from the Bears actual feed. It was like, well, this is a half-ass apology. You know what I'm saying? Because they got mad their name got called. But no, Barstool don't have credentials. It's not like there's a lot of Bears fake media, as I say this, as where they say things. Well, this happened there, and trust me, none of them.
Yeah, the aggregated media.
Yeah,
so to
what I'm
speak,
saying. And none of them are there. I don't see none of them. Then this is not a stunt moment, but none of you niggas got pass keys. I don't see none of y'all there. This is year 2 for me. I ain't ran into none of y'all out there. And these the ones who be trying to like question me and my brother too, like want to tweet something like training camp. I know I'm getting off topic, but training camp was wild annoying because I'll say, oh, well, Justin didn't look good today. Well, so-and-so said. I'm like, nigga, I was looking at him. I'm like, how you like, he had an opinion on what he saw. I had an opinion on what I saw. Like, how many people actually tweeting this were there? And so we get into this little back and forth, which, I'm trying not to do anymore. But so Justin, like, he went that route and was like, basically apologizing for it and then called Barstool out. And then then you can start kind of see the competitor come out of him. Like, I'm not comparing him to Kobe and them, but it felt like a Mamba moment. Like, how, Kobe just was like getting to like a mode where he just like, man, I had to switch my routine. I hate losing. Even since I was a kid, when my dad would beat me in basketball, whatever, I would cry. I just hate losing. He said, I usually wake up at 6:45, 7. No, this week I woke up at 5:30. I'm getting to the facility early, and like it just started coming out of him. I'm like, okay, yeah, more of this. And so he's like, yeah, this one stung more than most losses. And then somebody asked some stupid question, what sting more? And he's like, because it's the Packers, and I know how we feel about the rivalry, how they feel about the fans feel about the rivalry. And we just not trying to let that happen again. So that kind of came out. And he wasn't crying in them, but like his eyes was getting a little red, a little watery. You can see like
you could see the anger.
He was angry, and like, I feel like he really you can see that he really didn't like losing. Like, you really come out like Justin's really he doesn't show a lot of emotion. Like Justin, women had with the resting bitch face.
Yeah.
Justin kind of got that. Like, you'll think like, I don't want to be bothered with this nigga. Like, but he really just, that's just his demeanor. I remember I asked him a question one time and he looked at me like, Puff on him on what was that, American Idol one time when him and dude was staring.
Oh yeah, him and Elijah Connor.
Yeah, and I was like, bro, like, it was a simple question. Well, why you give me the death stare? So but it's like it came out on him for the first time, and like he was like, well, he said, I'm gonna be real. Like when I said that comment, I didn't want to talk to y'all. I'm angry. I was pissed off. We just lost the game. It ain't even been 30 minutes at that point. He said, so that's what it was. But then like he started like, just talking. It really wasn't even questions. It was like he was just talking to the media, and he ended it with, I'm gonna try to be more personable towards y'all. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to make like I'm up here like a robot, that I do care about these things. You know what I'm saying? I'm a person. He kept saying it like, I'm a person. You kind of saw like that side of him come out, which I thought was good to see. And then, once I tweeted the Barstool quote, mentions went through the moon. Now it was all good stuff. Like majority of people everybody tweeted. Like I don't think we had one like pro Barstool person in our mentions. Like everybody was like, man, fuck Barstool. Like just going off like white and black. Just it was just like one unity of F Barstool in our mentions. But that's kind of like what happened today. And it was like I'm pretty sure that'll be on the airwaves tomorrow.
I hope not. I think like so. I thought it was a non-story.
It was
in general, but I understand that we went against the Green Bay Packers. We lost to the Green Bay Packers. It was a national game. My whole thing was we should be talking more about the Buffalo Bills and the Philadelphia Eagles, who I picked the Philadelphia Eagles to go to the Super Bowl. Just remember that.
Oh, you picked them to go to the Super Bowl?
I picked them on the show. I picked them to go to the Super Bowl. But I mean, we'll see what happens. But
a lot of football left.
But two weeks in, I know we early, but I'm gonna take my win right now. But anyway, I was very upset, even like listening to Max Kellerman. Right, Keyshawn didn't necessarily play the middle. He just was like, I don't really know dude like that. So I don't, I can't tell you, but history tells us that dude cool. Jay Will, as a former Chicago Bull and somebody that was a young player with the Bulls, was just talking about how this was a non-story and although could he have worded it differently? Yes, but this was a non-story. But Max Kellerman was pissing me off where he was just talking about, man, the fans do really work. Like, look, fan.
I saw that. He was like, well, they pay their hard-earned money.
Look, I'm going to say this right now. I am a Chicago Bears fan. I've been a Chicago Bears fan all my life. There's fans and then there's meatheads. I knew Buddy Ass meant. And then even if he meant it the other way, look, man, just because I work my job and I go spend an X amount of money on the tickets, that's me working to go see you.
Yeah,
that's not me working to see you to work out and being in the gym and get my Rocky 3 on. I am the Tiger.
You're not getting chased by Aaron Donald,
right? Just to go see a football game, like
yeah.
No, like, and it's mostly white men, 18 to 34, which is a running joke that we do on First Black Champ. That's a running joke that everything is controlled by white men ages 18 to 34.
It really is,
and it really is. And that's what Barstool, like, I'm not going to be too mad at Barstool because they're going to cater to their demographic. And as you pointed out, like, the skin color is going to be, might not necessarily be front of mind the reason, but Jay Cutler was around his motherfucker looking like he hated every game that he played.
I mean, well, the thing is, like, and I think that the reason I brought up the skin color thing was just really just not just Justin, but across the league.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When it comes to this. Now, everybody paints me as Lamar Jackson hater, which I am not.
You are.
But I'm not a Lamar Jackson hater. But what I'm saying is, like, the coverage towards Lamar is different. His coverage towards Jalen Hurts is different.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes said it himself, which shocked me because I be forgetting Patrick Mahomes is black sometimes. When he said, we get judged differently than other quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying?
No, well, Patrick Mahomes found out.
This year.
This year.
Yeah.
Because what's funny is with the Patrick Mahomes thing, I wasn't mad at them saying that he don't know how to read defenses like that yet because he said it on the shot.
He did. He said like his first year he didn't know how to read defense,
and he still struggles with it from time to time, but he's still cold as hell.
I always say like he's kind of like Steph a little bit. Like how Steph will be playing like an asshole for like 3.5 quarters, and then like he'll just hit like a 3, and he starts shimmying. Now this nigga can't miss. That's Patrick Mahomes a lot. Yeah,
but I mean the race thing to me is an underlying factor. Like I don't think, and I might be wrong, but I don't think everybody in Barstool, all of the white dudes was like, we got the nigga. But I also believe that they know their demographic and they also know what that demographic caters to. So, and for somebody who works in media as a managing editor and who focuses on social and all those other things, I know what get black people ticked.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, they're not
the same with everybody else.
Yeah, they're not idiots. Like, they have like this platform, and whether we, no matter how we feel about Barstool or not, their name that people know. There's a reason why Justin says a name, everybody knows who he's talking about. You know what I'm saying? So obviously they know how to get people talking, and of course they're gonna use this to get themselves even more pub. But like I think the thing right here is like more specifically with Bears fans, to me, that's irritating is we put these bums on a pedestal. Like we were in year 7 to my man, wait till Jay just gets it together. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I called Mr. Trubisky a bum the day he was drafted, and everybody kept trying to see. Like I went to training camp this year, I saw more Mr. Trubisky jerseys than I need to see. You know what I'm saying? Like they holding on to these bums. You know what I'm saying? Like certified bums. But this guy Justin has a shaky start to the season. It's like, oh, get rid of him. He can't. He has no work ethic. They call him everything but a nigga, which is what they want to say. You know what I'm saying? And it's like he's on his 12th start. It's his 13th game period as a pro. His 12th start, bro. Like, and I'm not saying he's gonna be Josh Allen. Josh Allen has a turn up that I've never seen in sports history before. Yeah. Like he looked legitimately like he should be in the XFL his first 2 years in the league. I'm not saying he's gonna be that good, but I'm saying let it play out, bro. Like he's a rookie. Luke Getsy is a rookie, and I think Bears fans put too much dip on their chip with Luke Getsy. This nigga coached Aaron Rodgers. I can coach Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, it's like they doing the same thing with Nathaniel Hackett. Oh, he was Rodgers' offensive coordinator, and now he don't know how to take Russell Wilson.
Yeah, Nate. But I got a hot take on Russell Wilson that I'll talk about later on in the show.
Okay, I'll probably agree with you.
We'll see, but you talk about the change in his demeanor a little bit, and the way that you described it, I wouldn't even call it a Kobe moment. I would call it a Derrick Rose moment. It sounded like more to me without him saying like, I could be MVP. No, why can't I be MVP? It was sort of a similar, just a flip to it, where you don't necessarily see the emotions for this person, but then all of a sudden it's a moment that happens and it just changes for that person real quick. And it just so happens that we go up against the Houston Texans at 12 o'clock Central Time. At Soldier Field coming up this weekend, and I don't necessarily want to paint this game as a easy win.
No, it's not. That Texans defense is nice.
Yeah, and Lovie Smith is a defensive guy. They got Darryl Stingley Jr. that's over there. They got some good pieces to the defense. The Bears are favored by 3. I still think that the Bears are going to win.
I think that's a fair spread.
Yeah. However, though, we have not seen the Bears turn Justin Fields loose.
That's what I wanted to ask. I want to ask both of y'all that when it comes to this is supposed to be possibly, this could be like the breakout of Justin Fields or something emerging for him, going forward in his career. Now, the first game of the season, you guys had San Francisco. You don't really get to see much of Justin because it was raining. So, and then you get the Packers, which could possibly be something, good for Justin, where he could actually get off. But you look at the box score, and he had 11 passes, 7 for 11. But you got David Montgomery, who got loose. So I want to ask: is this offensive system set up for Justin to actually flourish? Can it be? You guys kind of get what I'm saying? Like, where are we at offensively? What are we looking at going forward with this offense to have Justin Fields flourish more? But also, obviously you see what you got with David Montgomery and, Khalil Herbert. That's something special in the backfield. How do we put this together?
Well, I think it's way too early to actually even know. I don't think we know yet. And this is something even like what Flu said today, like it's a new offense. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take a minute for everything to get involved. And Luke Getsy, I'm going to keep hammering. Luke Getsy is a rookie play caller. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he had been doing this for years. Right. Everybody was kissing Kevin O'Connell's ass last week because what he did against the Packers, and he looked like he ain't never seen a play call sheet in his life against Philadelphia. So there's going to be, like when you come from these big offensive great systems, like when you come from Matt LaFleur, was he, and he was a QB coach. He was Aaron Rodgers' QB coach. Like, what do you do as Aaron Rodgers' QB coach? You say, well, Aaron, you're looking good today. Like, what is your actual job title? You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying I'm giving up on Luke Getsy. It's going to take a minute. And like with Kevin O'Connell, he was in McVay's offense. McVay calling them plays. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's a different type of thing. But on Sunday, when I was there, I watched it. I didn't even notice that he only had 11 passes till everybody started tweeting about it. And that's why I say I'm not too fixated on that, because those drives, there was a lot of drives where they died too early, like where, a lot of times there was a lot of third downs where Justin was throwing, but he gets sacked. Or, there was one drive, there was two promising drives they had. One, he threw a great pass to Equanimous St. Brown, but he like 4 feet in front of the, in front of the line of scrimmage. So if he's even like a foot or two behind, that's a big third down play. The drive continues, and who knows, they keep let him throw the ball. Then you go to that other one where they were driving. He threw that big like 30-40 yard pass to Griffin. They got them into Packers territory, and then they get to on a 3-2, and Mustafa snaps the ball wrong, like this miscommunication. And now Justin is trying to look at the defense. Now he's got to run because the play is messed up, and he loses a couple yards. Now they got to go for a field goal. So there's so many drives that were stalled, you know what I'm saying? And even like with the running, Dave Montgomery was killing, but he was killing in the first quarter, and then they didn't get a ball to him until like third quarter. So the offense in general has to like be smarter, figure out what's the balance. And that's something that Fluke's like hammered down today. He said, yeah, we know we need a balance between the run and the pass. That's something we've been hammering down in practice. So I think this week's not like me and Bang says, no must wins this year. Everybody wins I don't care about this year. I do not care. But this offense has to show something. Like Justin Fields at the bare minimum has to throw the ball 25 times on Sunday.
So that's my question. Like my question is, what are we seeing in practice though?
Like, we don't see that much. You know what I'm saying? Like they let us be on there 15, 20 minutes. We able to take pictures and video warm-ups, and we gotta go back inside. So Bears act like CIA. So we can't see the actual thing that's going on.
Because that's I mean, what happens in the game, but I would love to know what the preparation looks like.
Right, me too.
Because I wasn't too concerned about the passing in the Green Bay game, because my whole thought process was play action. We catch one of these marks off, and I know it was one pass that Dan even brought up. I think it was Dan Wilder had brought up, where St. Brown was wide open and Fields didn't get the ball off. But and he does sometimes have a problem with holding on to the ball. Yes.
Oh, his pocket awareness is terrible now.
It's terrible.
It's god awful.
But that's why I would love to know what practices look like, because I'm sure we're not practicing running the ball 30 times and throwing the ball 10. I know we're not doing that. If it's 40 plays in the game, I know we're not doing 90-10 when it comes to passing and running. But at the same time, the hot hand was David Montgomery. And how was his demeanor? Because like, even when you see, that the drive that they had to get to the one was a very long drive. He was all active through there, and they didn't use him to put the ball in. Everybody questioned the play call. I still think that was a touchdown. Two things could be right at the same time. While I believe that was a touchdown, it was a dumbass play call that should have been saved, but the refs was like, But how was his demeanor? Because sometimes
Demo?
Yeah, because sometimes situations like that, especially in the year that he's in, a contract year, will piss you off.
Well, Demo was pissed, but it wasn't like over the top. I think he's more angry at the media for not giving him the space. Like,
okay,
like it's even like they had to like move him to the shirt. He said, "Man, can I put my shirt on first?" Like, a lot of these players, like they're not used to. Like, this is only Demo's second year with media being able to come into and that's why I keep telling people, like, I mean, he's walking in and Braxton Jones, like, this is toxic, bro. Like, he's a rookie, so he's not used to this. You know what I'm saying? Like, really,
he
outside
went to Southern Utah, fam.
Right, exactly. Outside of Eddie Jackson and Roquan Smith, none of these people in this locker room have experience with the media coming in, talking to you. You know what I'm saying? So this is new stuff for them. But Demo's pissed, but I wouldn't say it was any more angry than anybody else on the team. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it was a collective anger. But I'll say this about Demo, because I asked him myself when I interviewed him for our preview pod like a week or two ago. I asked him about his contract, and he keeps saying, "Oh, I'm not really worried about it to come. I just had a kid. You know what I'm saying?" He knows he's going to get his money, whether it's from us or somebody else. Mm-hmm. But he just kept saying it's all about the team. And that could be typical, athlete stuff, but that is something that you've heard across the board from the team. And I do think they buy into Eberflus' system.
Now, being that this was a Green Bay Packers loss, this will always hurt more than other games.
It was annoying. And like I was sitting there when they were chatting, when them Bears still suck chant, oh nigga, I wanted to throw
So yeah,
everything in that booth.
So everything with the atmosphere, the Bears still suck chants, the we own you chants, the
It was
air,
alumni night. All them old
right,
niggas coming
all the
through there,
old
man.
dudes coming through there, all of the old farts that's around there, and you know, and Don Mikowski and whoever else that just so happened to be at that joint. And you in the atmosphere, like the first drive that the Bears had, we all like, oh, all right, and then it went downhill from there. But do you feel that this game, the way that we lost, the reaction after it, the media reaction, the Barstool shit, could this be a moment that we look back at and say this might have changed things for this team?
100%, and that could be a negative way or a positive way, because I think I think the Bears players, because they're young guys. I think the Bears have a top 2, top 3 youngest roster in the league.
Yeah.
So I think they were so hyped up for week 1 and everybody not giving them a shot. And I remember they kept saying in press conferences, like the whole week, nobody believes in us. Roquan Smith even said it in the huddle. So I think they were so hyped up. And when they actually won, I'm not gonna say the team would smell themselves, but I think like everybody involved with the Bears, including the fan base, got a little bit too hyped. You know what I'm saying? Like this is in the rain and you're playing against, you know, I hope he gets better, but you know, I don't feel like Trey Lance can I feel like Trey Lance can barely outthrow me. And that's just how I feel about his game. But you know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a different thing when you're going up against a guy who, I know Bears fans hate to say it, he does own us. Like he's been, Aaron Rodgers has been quarterback of the Bears since I was 20, right? No, yeah, since I was 20 years old. I'll be 34 next month. And we've beaten him 3 times in that span. So he does own the Bears. But I feel like this is an interesting point because either the Bears can regroup, offense looks good, they do what they got to do, they get a much needed win against a team that they should beat. Or they lose and the offense still looks bad, and now the media pressure is just going to get higher and higher, not just for the team, but specifically Justin. Like, this is a different thing. I mean, he's used to winning at Ohio State. Even when he was a kid, I kind of compare him and Trevor Lawrence to kind of like, obviously not Magic and Bird to that level, but it was kind of a Magic and Bird thing.
When he got drafted, one of my coworkers called me and was like, yo, if y'all do him right, y'all will be straight for 15 years.
Yeah, it's like a Magic Bird thing, and both of them are struggling. Like, to me, Trevor Lawrence struggling way more than Justin, but they're both not being the guys that would be. And the difference is that Trevor Lawrence is in Jacksonville.
Yeah,
the media, they don't. It's not the same thing. Justin's playing third biggest market, the charter franchise. Not only is the charter franchise, and this is Game of Thrones, he's the prince that was promised, bro. Like he is like he's the one who's in the prophecy to lead the Bears to some place they ain't been in 85 and 30 something years. Even when they did, all respect to Jimmy, man, he wasn't great. So it's like he has a different level of pressure. So if he fails or it gets worse, it's just gonna get worse and worse and worse. And then you're gonna see, is he gonna succumb to it? So this is a big moment for the young Bears right now.
Yeah, before we move on, I'll say this right here. I know that both you and I have said that ain't no must-win games this year. Yeah. I'm gonna change that. I think this game right here is a must-win. Here's why. After what just happened with Green Bay, not just the game, but afterwards, now the questions are starting, like, to be publicized. You know, everybody's gonna have those questions year one. And we won last week. But now I think the questions out in public have sped up because of one mistake.
Yeah.
Now you're going against a team, again, that you should beat, with a quarterback that was drafted the same year as you, not in the same round, though, with a coach who was, the last time we had sustained success is with the coach that's going to be coming in. Now, granted, the last time Levy was here, I think was the 6 touchdown game. I think he was the coach then.
No, that was still That was still Arians.
That was Arians. Okay, but the
last time Love we got in Jameis. Like
that's what I'm saying. It was one of them. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
one of them where we whooped his ass.
Yeah.
Either way it go, he got his ass whooped.
This game is at home.
Yes, it's in Chicago.
Okay.
So Lovey comes here with a team that we should beat. I don't think, and this is hot take number one, and I really do hot takes, but I don't think this game should be close. Even if it's close, the questions are going to be loud because of all of what happened on Sunday.
I got a counterpoint for you.
We talked about on Monday and who's coming in on Sunday. I'm not saying it should be that way.
Okay.
But I'm not saying it should be that way. I would never say that. But this is one of those situations where you look at your team, the team that you're going against, you look at yourself, and you say to yourself, we got to beat them by at least 10. You have to make a statement.
I do not disagree with that. Here's a counter question for you. Mm-hmm. What if the Bears lose? Let's say the Bears lose, but Justin looks great. The offense looks great, but let's just say the defense don't have a good day, or niggas lose by a field goal. You don't think the conversation is different, even if Justin has a really, really good game?
Here's why it don't matter. Here's why it don't matter. And it should matter. But here's why it don't matter. Because at the end of the day, you are the quarterback. And the way that people see you is that you're supposed to overcome that type of shit.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm not saying that should be the case.
It's about the general perception.
But the general perception is that you are talented enough or you should be talented enough to overcome that. And if you can't overcome that against the Houston Texans, who are you going to overcome that with?
That's a very, very fair point that I cannot argue. For me personally, as long as Justin look good, I don't care.
I don't care either. Right, I want him to win. I don't think
I want to win the game.
Yeah, I don't think we should lose this game to the Texans.
I don't think we should lose the next two.
Right. I think
we lose to Daniel Jones. I'm throwing something.
Right. Oh yeah, you damn right. Like we predicted when we did the pod. I predicted it here that the Bears would come out of these first 4 games 3-1.
3-1.
We
and
lose
then
the Green Bay game
period of 4 straight losses. There's like a stretch in November where they finna catch some L's.
They're about to catch some L's. My cousin was like, "Yo, you want to go to the Bills game?" I was like, "No."
Oh. I just hope they have a good Christmas spread because what Josh Allen is finna do is gonna be biblical.
I was like, "No, man."
What Tommy, my man Tommy from Power say, cancel Christmas.
Man, he was like, "Yo, it's just the experience," and I was like, "I don't want to experience that. I'm sorry."
It's gonna be -5.
It's gonna be negative. It's gonna be negative
Stephon
degrees.
Diggs gonna be doing the quagmire dance in the end zone. Like,
it's gonna be negative degrees. We're gonna be broke from spending Christmas money, and then we're gonna get an MVP like performance, a performance that might seal the MVP for this man.
On top of that, don't let Justin play bad. Them white folks gonna be like, this is what a real quarterback looks like.
Man, Ken Dorsey coached it. Like everybody is gonna come out the woodwork.
Hey, for what it's worth, though, I agree with you, Bang. I feel like this game right here against Houston is a must win. It's a should win as well. From what I've seen, the first 2 games, look. The Packers, if the Bears score that touchdown on the goal line, that's a 1 possession game.
Let's be real. Can I say this as a diehard Bears fan? That shit did not matter.
If that's
all know it would have been a 1-score game.
Okay, that was advocate.
And Aaron would have came down.
No. I ain't saying y'all was gonna win the game.
Okay.
But when I'm trying to bring out the positives of what I saw.
It looks better.
It looks better. Okay.
It looks better.
The Bears
everything we talked about looks better.
Okay.
The Bears was able to drive the field against the Packers. They were able to create turnovers, and the run game looked great. They have to just put all of that together and get Justin into a flow. If Justin is flowing with the offense and he's completing passes down the field for first downs, keep that going. If the run game is on point, if David Montgomery and Khalil Herbert doing their thing, running the ball, continue to do that. I think it's just got to be like a consistent flow with the Bears. It can't no bullshit happen in between. You know, like you said, like Justin get in the pocket and then he gets sacked or, not being able to read or some shit like that he's supposed to be seeing. I think put all the good shit together and you go get a win. You go
and
get
I say
Mitch.
I don't want to take Justin off the hook either. Like I'm just some Justin Fields super fan.
Nah.
He got to play better too. Like I was
Facts.
just like, nigga, like what are you reading, bro? Like so he got to get like he was looking real Mitchy in for like a quarter, like on Sunday. And I don't use that word lightly because y'all know how I feel about Mitchell David.
Man, take it easy, yo, Mitch, man. Take it easy.
I feel the same way about Mr. Trubisky the way I feel about Kirk Heinrich, and this is where I feel. I don't hate them. I hate the idea of them and what that draft pick meant because the reason I don't like Kirk Heinrich was solid point guard for the Bulls. The fact that the Bulls didn't want to trade Daniel Marshall to move up to get Dwayne Wade is why I don't like Kirk Heinrich. And the same thing about Mitch. Ryan Pace legitimately said, word for word, I didn't make this up, that if Mr. Trubisky isn't there, then we're taking Patrick Mahomes. What? Like, that sounds asinine. So I don't hate them. I hate the idea of them. Like, what CM Punk say to John Cena? I don't hate you. I hate the idea that you're better than me. Like, that's how I feel about them.
Yeah. But no, I truly believe that this is a must-win game for the Bears. They have to win, and they have to look good winning, too. We won bad.
Yeah, I agree.
We won bad. Now we're going against a team that the head coach is the last time we saw some success. You can't win this game 23-22. You can't give us one of those. You got to win this game. Like this game has to be a 23-10 game.
I hope so.
And Justin has to throw over 200 yards.
I hope so.
Like would 200 yards be his career high?
I think he hit 200 a couple times last year.
200 a couple times last
I'm not even joking. I'm just
he hit like a couple times. He did it in
the Pittsburgh game. Yeah,
he did it against Detroit.
It would be nice to see Justin have an elite game.
Okay, so it does not have to be elite. It has to be a career high game, which is not saying much where
really
we at right now. He has to have a career high game. The Bears have to win by 2 scores. If we lose this game, then all that shit that I was saying, where we not gonna be the worst team in the league, I think the mood changes.
Yeah, they lose these next 2. That top draft pick is on the table.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's deep. Like the Bears are on the clock.
To get the 7-win thing, you gotta win these next 2.
Yeah, like
you gotta win these.
Bears on the clock. Like we're gonna hear Greeny be like, the Bears on the clock.
Yeah, you already really see Roger Goodell's
playmakers.
Fit. Yeah, you're gonna see Roger Goodell's fit if they lose these next 2 games.
I can already hear it.
Are the Bears gonna go quarterback? I can hear it now.
Man, yes. The Bears need a playmaker. Is Justin Fields the quarterback for them? We got a number of wide receivers. Will they trade down? We're going to get all of that stuff.
I'm not ready for that again.
I don't want to hear it. That's why they have to win and win big against Houston. All right, man, before we let you go, because we're doing summer sessions tonight, to get to the NFL. Now, going to the team that the Houston Texans just played and they lost to, Russell Wilson has just made himself look like the most overrated, overpaid quarterback in recent memory.
Yeah, man.
Here's why. I know I see my man over there shaking his head.
I agree.
Mike, here's why. Week 1, you are supposed to tell the rookie quarterback, nah, I got this. I get paid now to tell you I got this. Even though he had a 300+ yard game, he was supposed to tell the coach, nah, fam, I got this. That's week 1. Week 2, for most of the game against the Houston Texans, you struggle. And the only reason why I'm not fully getting on the defensive bandwagon for the Houston Texans is because simply the head coach, who's the offensive guy, I don't think you know what the fuck he's doing. So that's when the quarterback is supposed to be like, man, this is when the starting quarterback. This is when
Russell Wilson look like the guy to take control.
And that's what I said. The dog get him meme. Russ got no dog in him.
And that's why he made himself, to me, look like the most overrated, overpaid quarterback, because he is not shown the dog. He wants to cook. He wants to do all of those things, but every person that cooks, he's dog in him.
He's by the book.
Pete Carroll's look like, I told y'all about this nigga, man. That's what Pete Carroll's looking like.
So y'all know Russ is a by the book guy. By the book.
By the book is gonna get his ass last place.
might have got Sierra because she was dealing with street niggas, but by the book ain't winning you no Super Bowl.
With that being said,
Yeah.
you got a team with a rookie head coach. You can't be by the book with a rookie head coach. You can't. We 2 games in. I know that we're early, but we're probably not going to have you for a little bit. Are there anything that you've seen in the NFL season so far that surprised you?
Yeah, the Buccaneers offense looks sorry. Like, I was concerned about the offensive line, but the offense looks sorry. Like, I really feel like Giselle either got Tom sleeping on the couch or this nigga's in a completely different apartment or whatever, because Tom Brady just don't look like he just don't want to be there. Like, he don't look like he want to be there. And like the offense don't, like, he's still throwing it, but like he getting mad early. Like, you know, Tom Brady get mad, but he getting mad early now. Like, this nigga was throwing hissy fits in the first quarter, you know, on Sunday. So it's like the offense looks sus. So I guess like that's like a surprise. I won't say the Bills are surprised because I did pick the Bills to win it, but I was scared because, you know, what Super Bowl contender actually looks great. Like, everybody picked, but they smoking niggas. Now, this game upcoming Sunday is gonna be interesting because we're gonna see if Miami is actually one of them ones, or the two just had Mr. Trubisky against the Bucs game last week. So that's what we go. So I wouldn't say nothing surprising outside of the Bucs offense just looks sorry to me. Like, that's the only real surprising thing.
I'm about to throw Michael Bone because one of my surprises is how Buffalo, it seems like to me, Buffalo wants to whoop everybody's ass. Mm-hmm. It seems like to me Buffalo don't want to have a close game at all.
But look, that Patrick Mahomes is coming, bro.
I know.
Like, Pat is coming.
If
Jay Herbo's ribs are not destroyed, he coming.
Look, man,
that's my guy. I picked the Chargers to go to the Super Bowl.
I need them to beat the shit out of the Chiefs simply because that game cost me $11,000.
God. he still hey, Bang took a mean hit on FanDuel.
That's why I don't gamble.
That game,
I just said something up.
All they needed to do was win. That was it.
Well, blame former Bear Leslie Frazier. As long as the Bear coming back.
Every parlay hit except for the win. So they need to beat the shit out of them for the culture. But my biggest surprise, and I'm gonna throw Michael Bone here. Cooper goddamn Rush.
Hey man, look.
In the Dallas Cowboys. I was shocked.
Oh no, that's my surprise. The Bengals look terrible.
The Bengals look terrible.
The Bengals look like a team that just caught the Holy Ghost at the end of the season.
Man, the Bengals look terrible.
The Bengals drunk.
God.
You would think that they
Joe Burrow deleted his social media accounts, bro.
Yes, Brandon. $11,000.
How much did you put on that parlay? Like $10?
$10.
$10 to get you $11K,
$10
baby.
for 11,000.
Be like that. The parlays is fun. And Bang, and what's crazy is that Bang, he sent me his parlays. Well, most of them. He said, like, this nigga had the nerve to send me his parlay that he did for the Bears game after Justin Fields scored.
Because I forgot.
Like that would be good to know that you think Justin
and they
Fields
still fucked
score.
it up.
And they still messed it up. But Bang be putting like creative shit on there. He be putting like the first half winner and then the end of the game winner.
I think it was a tie.
He likes to put end up getting the tie. But Bang likes to be creative with the parlays though.
I don't know what my brother do. He's like the mad scientist. This nigga like got another one. Like, I don't know what his system is, but this nigga always be winning on there. I like my money too much. That's why I quit fantasy football.
Well, that nigga need to share. But no, my surprise, like what surprised me was that game, the game against the Bengals, because even like there was nobody who expected the Cowboys except Cowboys players to win that game.
Yeah, I didn't expect us to win that game either. But what I'm not shocked at is how good the defense is playing.
The defense is solid though.
The defense is defense. I said it week 1 when they played the Bucs. Micah Parsons is like that. You know, that defensive front, they can get to the quarterback. They can create pressure. They cause trouble for Tom Brady. Tom Brady did what he was going to do. You know what I'm saying? They came down and they, drove the field and they got field goals and got the Mike Evans touchdown. But at the end of the day, they held, them. And they did the same thing with Joe Burrow. And obviously, we know the offensive line looks horrible for the Bengals. It was one play where the Bengals offensive line was blocking It was 3 offensive linemen blocking one player on the Cowboys defensive line. That's how you know the Bengals offensive line is just fucking horrible.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, man.
They
Like,
was blocking one player, and Michael Parsons just had a clear shot at Joe Burrow. But overall, though, I think the Bengals, I think the Cowboys defense is holding it together. It was good to see Cooper Rush dry the field and get us 2 touchdowns because we didn't score.
but he's a solid backup. You already have a solid backup. Like even if Justin misses a couple games, I'm confident that Trevor Siemian can hold it down for like 2 or 3 games is the most.
For
you
sure.
know what I'm saying? Rich Eisen said the best. Like, backup quarterbacks are like lawyers. You don't want one until you really need one. Like, you just really need to just hold it down. Cooper Rush does that. I think Monday Night Football is going to be sneaky good because you got the Giants who starting to feel themselves. You got a backup quarterback going against a terrible quarterback. This is going to be one of them NFC East 21-18 type funny games that I think is going to be entertaining.
All right, man, before we let you out of here, man.
Finish alerts, as what Scott say.
Yeah, stupid finish alert written all over.
Speaking of alerts, man, Lonzo Ball just had
scheduled to have surgery on that knee again.
Arthroscopic debridement surgery of his left knee, and he's gonna be reevaluated in 4 to 6 weeks.
It's safe to say that Lonzo ain't starting the season.
I'm gonna be real. No, I'm going even further. Here's my hot take, man. Lonzo Ball is not stepping on the court this entire season.
Ooh.
He's gonna pull a Kendrick Nunn. I'm calling it right now.
Ooh, I know you had mentioned that.
I hope you niggas like Goran Dragic because you don't see a lot of them. You don't see a lot of that nigga.
Dragic years ago.
Look, if he's healthy, he decent.
Yo, ain't Goran Dragic like 35 years old, bro?
Unfortunately.
Yeah. No, bro. We
hey,
not.
man,
No.
Look,
it's time to be a man.
It's time to become a man. Zach better play like the most paid player, not only in Bulls history, but in Jerry Reinsdorf own sports history. You better come with it.
I don't know, man.
I'm with you. I'm team Zach though, so I'm glad he got his money, and it's time for him to show up and keep that knee healthy.
I'm team NBA shouldn't start till February.
Look, man. Scott, it was great having you on. I'll be seeing you a little bit later for summer session.
Yeah, we're gonna get into the shit to summer session. I should know that Lonzo got surgery. My phone keep lighting up over there, so somebody's texting me. It's been
it was definitely that.
Yeah.
That just happened. It was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So man. So yeah, I'm gonna holler at you in a little bit for some
about 2 hours.
Yeah, real quick. What do the White Sox have to do in the off season? What do we? I said we need to invest in strictly relief pitching.
No, we don't. That's the problem. They keep investing. No, the main problem with the White Sox, these niggas can't score. Like, this has been there. Like, this is a problem last year too. And they was winning last year, so people had it under the radar. Last year they couldn't score. And they couldn't manufacture runs when there was runners in scoring position. They were god awful. This year they just couldn't score in general. They need to get some left-handed bats. Okay. Eloy need to stay healthy because as we've seen the last month and a half, when Eloy's healthy, he can hit that ball.
Indeed.
So we need him to stay healthy. Jose Abreu, I love Jose. I'm not paying him no more because you need to move Andrew Vaughn to full-time first base.
Absolutely.
And you might have to move Eloy to full-time DH. Dylan Cease is your number one.
Indeed.
They got a lot. The good thing, I'll say this good thing for the Sox is they're still in a terrible division. I'm not buying the Guardians. Them niggas will be home by October 8th.
Facts. But see, this is my thing. With relief pitching, I definitely see a problem with the bullpen. But Dylan Cease, we up 3-1, and then as soon as you pull this man, we give up 2 runs.
But if they'd have scored more runs, they wouldn't have had that problem. Also, and not the relief pitching, they putting the wrong dudes in. Why you pulling Liam Hendricks in the game that's the most important game of the season?
Yeah.
Right. And then I'm not saying everybody needs relief pitching. Like, you can never have enough relief pitching, but scoring, they need left-handed bats. They had the same problem the Yankees had last year. They too righty. They need too many left-handed bats.
The bats definitely went cold. I mean, I think everybody has more combined home runs than the White Sox do altogether. Like, we can't put the ball out of the park, but
Albert Pujols will be the team leader in home runs for the White Sox. That is ridiculous.
That is crazy.
So look, man.
But yeah, I just wanted your quick thoughts on that. I know the last night officially ended the White Sox season. So
it ended for me in July. I've only watched one game front to back.
Nah, man. Look, man. Hey, with Dylan Cease through the no-hitter,
Look, man.
When the new hitter, no, I was back on board. I said, nigga, please, we back up.
If it walk like a duck,
it looked like
talk
a
like a dog. It ain't a chicken.
Yeah.
They showed us since April what kind of team they was.
It's definitely been inconsistency.
It's all
season,
good.
though.
I'm rooting for my Dodgers. Let's go.
Oh my god,
we out here.
Yeah.
That's easy. That's an easy. You know what
Hey,
I'm
I've been in LA almost 10 years. This I can do. I can do.
You officially you're a Dodgers fan. I ain't mad at you. Then.
Look, man, I was 3 years away from being a Redskins and a Nats fan.
Well, we die. I'm finna be like, I love LA. We love it.
But man, as y'all see on the screen, I went and found it.
Yeah, there it is.
This is the parlay that would have netted me $11K.
I heard it for you, man. Like that's
everything hit right because remember, that was the Cincinnati game. That everybody thought that the Titans, I think it was supposed to the Titans.
Yeah. I picked the Titans too. I picked against the Bengals every game until the AFC Championship.
And I told Mike after that they beat Kansas City in the regular season. I said they're gonna mess around and go to the Super Bowl. And this was the start of that. And as you see, everything hit, y'all. Everything hit, but the motherfucking
tragic.
It'd be like that, man. It'd be like that. Hey, I haven't had an 11K heartbreak, but I didn't had heartbreaks that equal up to 11K.
It was, and remember, if you remember, the next week I had a 10K heartbreak.
Come on, man. Look,
the next week
that's like $21,000.
The next week because
somebody at FanDuel had to see me
because I had to pick I picked a tie for the Rams. I think it was Rams in San Francisco. I picked a tie, and it was like they got the Rams got the ball back and they kicked the field goal, and I was like, you know what? None of this better hit. If all of these hit, but that is going to be a problem. And everything hit, but that field goal at halftime that would have kept it a tie because I think it made it 13-10. Yeah, I was. As you see right there,
we put hard work into these parlays, and then you got motherfuckers doing college bets and hitting for 250K.
Don't tell Justin Fields there. You ain't supposed to be putting in no work, man.
Yeah. So, well, look, man, Scotty, thank you for jumping on, man. I'm gonna let you in a couple hours.
Yeah, man, I got some stuff to say on Summer Sessions today. So.
Oh shit, man.
All right,
Patreon for that one. All right, man.
All right, y'all.
Later. Hey, man, shouts out to Scott. Make sure y'all check out 79 for Hallis and all things Barbershop Digital. Just search out Barbershop Digital on wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Hit the subscribe button and listen to all of the podcasts, including First Black Champ. All right, man, so let's move on a bit, man. The Phoenix Suns are now up for sale, Mike.
Are you surprised?
I you know what? I'm actually am. I'm actually am because
there's no way that man was gonna stay the owner of that team.
Nah.
Or those teams.
I'm sorry. I'm always shocked and surprised when a white person gives up, even though they're gonna get a couple of $1 billion.
I'm about to say he went in anyway, so you might as well just go ahead and get out.
It's the pride thing for a lot of white men, and it's not the diss white men. I know white men listen to this podcast, but a lot of affluent white men, they don't want to lose. And even though he's going to come out of this with a couple of $1 billion, it's about the losing more than it is about the gaining the billions and billions of dollars. So I'm not going to front. I am surprised. Anytime a white man be like, no way, y'all got it, I'm out. But PayPal, which is one of their sponsors, has said that as long as after next year, if he's still with the team, we out. So that starts, the advertisers' way. I knew owners were not going to vote him out. Draymond Green went on this podcast and he talked about how ownership, like the other owners in the NBA should vote, and you need a 75% vote to get this person out.
How would you get that? And 75% of the owners probably feel the same way he do. He just got caught saying it. He just got caught in the act, bro. 75% of the owners feel exactly the same way.
Thank you.
They're not gonna vote him out. So hey, but I'm not shocked because he's gonna feel the heat come down on him. I don't know if if that was going to be from the players, maybe, assembling some type of boycott or, not coming to work or whatever, possibly protests outside the arenas, fans not coming to the games. I don't know. But you would think that if he possibly knows some of that is going to come down on him, you might as well just bow out gracefully. That's how I see. That's why I feel like, that's why I say I'm not surprised about it. So
now, one of the reasons why we're talking about this, is some of the conversations that's going to come about is who could potentially be the majority owner of the Phoenix Suns. Is there anybody that you could think of with a bunch of money that could possibly own this team?
I mean, you got billionaire Hove. I mean, he was doing his thing with Brooklyn. He bowed out of that. He could get back in it. Got who's walking around with Dr. Dre. You got Kanye sitting on what, a bunch of billions of dollars. His business ain't going too well with Adidas and Gap. He's a agent. He got Donda Sports and he got Donda Academy high school basketball team. I could see Kanye putting his hat in the ring to buy a basketball team. Why not?
So I'm glad that you said that.
Yeah.
Because what my issue be, Mike? I don't want this to sound like self-hate because this ain't. And then also the majority of the people that's black that got money is involved in, entertainment in some way.
Yeah.
Like looking at this as far as American black people in 2021 numbers. This is 2021 numbers. I know there's like memes and shit floating around with yay. I'm just talking about 2021 numbers. Robert Smith in 2021, who is the founder, chairman, and CEO of the private equity firm Vista Equity Partners, is the richest Black American at 5 million. David Stewart, who's another tech guy, he's 4 billion. Oprah Winfrey is the entertainment leader in 2021 with 2.7 million. Kanye West in 2021 is 1.8 million. Michael Jordan already has a team. I don't know. I don't, and probably the dude who asked. I know the dude that asked for his resignation. He said up, and I think in that same little essay that he wrote that he ain't trying to be the owner. But do you trust? This is more of a question for you. Do you trust, or do you think it's possible for us to own an organization that is somebody from the entertainment world themselves? Like, could Jay-Z, in your mind, a Jay-Z be a majority owner and a team be successful?
I think so. I don't see why not, man. I mean, Hove, somebody like Hove, who's already had a piece of a basketball team with the Brooklyn Nets. He's a guy who attends the games. He's familiar with the players. Like, he's part of the culture. Like, basketball is part of the hip hop culture, so he would be embraced.
I'm not talking about.
But I think as far as a businessman,
I'm talking about.
I think as far as business wise, though,
I'm talking about successful in winning.
I mean, the Phoenix. If Hove got a piece of the Phoenix Suns, he's already inheriting a 60-win team. He's already inheriting a team that was 2 games away from winning
shit, though. Let's be real.
But at the end of the day, the Phoenix Suns are always going to be around. You have a franchise player already in Devin Booker.
See, here's my thing, and this probably sounds like the opposite of what everybody wants to hear, but let's look at Michael Jordan for an example, fam. Michael Jordan is the greatest winner in basketball of our time. Our time. Me and you. We ain't seen nobody win 6. He's considered the greatest of all time. When he went to the Wizards, and the Wizards didn't win and he had to play, they were shitting on Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Hearing the stories about how Mike lost the situation with the Wizards is interesting because there's so many stories. But they basically told Mike as, hey, man, here go your money. We taking back our shares. Get the fuck out. Now, Mike is the owner of the Charlotte Hornets.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Charlotte Hornets ain't winning shit. Like, there's teams
But
no, wait a minute. Hear me out. Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
Wait.
Go ahead.
The Charlotte Hornets ain't winning shit.
Okay.
As long as Michael Jordan's the owner, I'm sorry, they ain't winning no championships. But it's also Charlotte. I don't think Charlotte is winning shit. The basketball is the one game where more likely than not, the best team is winning. There's no upsets and there's not going to be a situation like the AFC goes all the way to the finals and win the finals. Yeah. It's not going to be that, Like, the Knicks was an AFC that went to the finals. They ain't win it, though. They had their ass whooped by the Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be so much pressure on a celebrity billionaire like a Jay-Z, like a Oprah, like a whoever, that if they pull together their resources, so if Jay-Z sells his interest and resigns from everything Rock Nation, he will definitely have enough money to be a majority owner of a franchise. Because all he got to do is have 51%.
Yeah.
But I think it would be so much pressure on that celebrity to win.
Absolutely.
That it's not worth it.
Yeah.
For that type of person to own a team. Would it look good? It will look amazing.
Yeah.
But I truly believe that it would be so much pressure on that person to win. And these players ain't going to come to your team just because you own them.
Yeah.
I think that it's not worth it for some billionaire black folks to own a team.
And I agree with you in that sense because we're so used to seeing a person like Jay-Z or Oprah Winfrey or whoever it is that wants to, that's in the public eye and there's like a celebrity and they're successful in their field. We're so used to seeing that success of them in that element that we automatically think that it might transition into being an owner. So I get that. And I don't know if anybody would want to take on that, but I wouldn't be surprised if a Hove decided to jump in that field and wanted to take on that opportunity. Now, in Michael Jordan's defense, with the Charlotte Hornets, when he took over the Charlotte Hornets, they were shit. Wasn't no butts in the seats or nothing like that. Michael Jordan came through and they drafted a franchise player. The Charlotte Hornets aren't going to win shit in the next, 4 to 5 years, but at least they're exciting to watch.
But see, Mike, that's why I was telling you to hold on. Yeah. Part of that is because Mike owned the team.
But Mike owned the team, but also the Charlotte Hornets ain't no slouch basketball team.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm talking about tickets right now. A lot of that is because Michael Jordan do own the team.
Yeah, but when Michael Jordan started owning the team, though, who was on the squad?
But also when the Charlotte Hornets was there in the first iteration of the Charlotte Hornets. In the beginning, like when they had Larry Johnson, Lonzo Moore, and Muggsy Bogues, they was one of the hottest tickets in the league.
Facts.
It's just when you are in a small market, you have to win or have an attraction.
Yeah.
Phoenix is one of those markets that, right now they are winning. And yes, they have history of winning. Well, not winning championships, but being successful, going to the playoffs and all of that. But again, let's just say, for instance, perfect hip hop world. Oh man, Jay-Z, Diddy, and Dre have pulled themselves together, and Jay-Z is going to be the face of the franchise. Jay-Z has minority ownership. They made sure he was straight, and they got part ownership. So Jay-Z is the face of that organization. He's the face of that. Jay-Z got to win because the pressure that the media, first of all, the media going to throw the pressure on that because they're going to be like, oh, this former ex-drug dealer turned rapper is now the majority owner of a basketball team.
Well, of course.
So you got that. But then you got the pressure that we gonna put on there.
Yeah.
Because I'll give you a perfect example. When the Brooklyn Nets popped up from moving to New Jersey, and Jay-Z got ownership, part ownership of it, a piece of the team, and helped with securing the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Everybody and their mama was like, oh, Barclays, Jay-Z, Barclays, Brooklyn Nets. What did the Brooklyn Nets win?
They wasn't shit.
And the dude that owns the team now, he owns the team. He has, I believe, he's one of two owners, I believe, that has full ownership of the team, Joe Tsai. And Steve Ballmer, I believe, has 100% of the Clippers. But they're not famous. They're not famous. They're not considered. It would be two people that's considered the greatest in their craft that will own a team. I don't think no black person really want that, Jack, of that ilk. It has to be somebody, to me, if a black person is supposed to own a team, it has to be somebody who, to not be successful and not have any issues. It has to be like a venture capitalist, a tech guy who came into some money and can afford it, and now they can buy the team. It'll be so much pressure on that black man or woman to win. I don't think nobody wants that.
But when you're an owner, what is the owner's job? What is the owner?
So I'm glad that you said that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about the business side of it because I think that's common sense. From the on the field product, though, here's the other thing. There's a lot of owners in any league that don't necessarily want to win a title. They just want to keep the business consistent.
Yeah.
Go to the playoffs. What do I have to do to go to the playoffs? I truly believe there's only a handful of owners in each major professional league that really actually wants to win a title. Them winning a title, let's go. Everybody else, hey man, let's just make this consistent so we can go to the playoffs. We get some extra money.
Yeah.
People mess with us. They're not going to leave. They're going to keep their season tickets. The black man that gets that job ain't going to be the one that says, man, let's just keep something consistent. There be so many diss tracks about how your team suck and all that.
But what does the owner have to do? If a Jay-Z comes into place,
you have to put from an on-field standpoint, you got to put the right people in position to help you win.
So that means you have to hire what? President of basketball operations. You got to hire a good GM,
know that. Yeah,
GM and all that shit like that. Those are the ones that's putting the players on the court.
Mike, it don't matter when certain people own a team, though. That don't matter. Mike don't make basketball decisions. It haven't made basketball decisions in years for the Charlotte Hornets.
In that sense,
Mitch Kupchak is the general manager over there now.
with the point you're making,
when they win, they don't win, what happens?
Yeah.
Michael Jordan still ain't bring no success over to this Charlotte Hornets team.
Yeah.
He hires the people.
So are you saying Alex Rodriguez fucked up by getting a piece of the Minnesota Timberwolves?
Man, Alex Rodriguez might not even have the Minnesota Timberwolves because reportedly, allegedly, he having problems with keeping that money secure. He ain't got Jennifer Lopez on his arm and the charm marks no more.
Oh, interesting.
But
I'm saying, but a guy like that, a public figure, Alex Rodriguez, who is considered one of the greatest baseball players of all time, took over a basketball team. Should he have not did that? Is what you're saying?
Mike,
he shouldn't have did that.
Alex Rodriguez is not winning in Minnesota.
That's okay. I got you. I'm following you.
He's not winning in Minnesota. But when they don't win in Minnesota, you think they're gonna talk? They think they're gonna talk about the GM or the head coach?
No, they gonna talk about that ex-baseball player. Huh?
They're gonna talk about that ex-baseball. I just truly don't believe that. I think it would be great. I know LeBron is looking into that, but let's look at LeBron for an example.
LeBron said he want that Vegas squad, no?
But when they don't win after a certain amount of time, guess what's gonna happen? I don't know if it's worth it. Is all I'm saying. I think it would be great for the culture, great for black people to see all of that stuff. But I don't know if it's worth it for any of us to own one of them teams.
Mm-hmm.
Because especially if you have a history of being successful and winning.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it's crazy to say that Michael Jordan's legacy took a hit by what happened with the Washington Wizards.
Mm-hmm.
But it did. It did.
A small hit.
It took a hit nonetheless.
Facts.
It took a hit nonetheless. And you got to get on the court just to make sure people buy tickets. But you older and a much more of a shell of yourself. But because you're Michael Jordan, people expect you to will this team to the playoffs.
Let me ask you this. Do you think that that's kind of similar to players becoming coaches?
Yes.
It's the same thing.
That's why certain star players can't become head coaches. If you look at the Hulu doc with the Lakers, the history of the Lakers, the Bus era Lakers, the Jerry Buss show, Magic Johnson became coach. But he didn't want to do that shit. And you could tell he didn't want to do that shit. But you hear what Michael Cooper and some of the other players on the team is talking about. He's talking to them with the mentality like, yo, why y'all not great like me? Y'all learning everything that I'm teaching y'all. How come y'all can't be great like me? Larry Bird might be the greatest player who was a coach. The closest he got to a finals was Game 7 against the Bulls. I'm talking about great players. Like
great players, yeah.
That's not gonna like the Bill Russell taking over the team as a player coach ain't gonna happen no more. The Lenny Wilkins being a Hall of Fame player and coach ain't gonna happen no more. Because the pressure is with this NBA is so much higher. So when you become with the help of Rick Carlisle, so when you become a head coach, it's a bit different than you was as a great player.
Now, for my next question, what if
and GM too?
What if the Brooklyn Nets win the championship next year? How do we look at Steve Nash? Does he surpass Larry Bird?
I mean, technically, yeah. Technically, yeah.
Technically, okay.
But that's also why I said that if there's one coach that's on the hot seat as soon as the season starts, it's him. But what's going to happen is Steve Nash is going to fuck around and end up sooner rather than later going to a team that don't have them on there.
Okay.
And they're going to be huff. Because he might not be satisfied, or he might be a Steve Nash. Like, once I'm done with this job, I'm out.
Yeah.
But Steve Nash was a multiple-time MVP and will be a Hall of Famer as a player.
Yeah.
Steve Kerr will only be a Hall of Famer as a coach. Like, anywhere you go, fam, and it ain't even got to be sports. You could just, like, look at yourself, Mike. You were very popular when you was doing WindyCityUnderground.com. Oh, man, what up, Mike B? What up, Mike B? So if you were to say, hey, I got this job at iHeart, first thing somebody's going to think is you on the air. You're on the radio. You doing your thing. I'm board hopping. Oh, board hopping. Fuck is that? The expectation of you are higher than most. So we all deal with it. Let's say, for instance, you are a star basketball player. Let's say, for instance, I was a star basketball player at Prosser. All state. You know, I took the point guard position away from Al. So now I'm the starting point guard. I'm throwing Al out there for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, shouts out to Al Austin. Take the point guard position away from him, and I'm all state, and I was runner-up for Mr. Basketball. I ain't win, but I was runner-up. and I go to New Mexico. There's gonna be people that's like, yo, why your ass ain't go to Illinois or DePaul or whatever? It could have just been some shit with my grades.
Mm-hmm.
But I went to a team that people wouldn't expect me to go to. So they're gonna automatically either think one or two things. Well, he gonna go over there and dominate, or he gonna go over there and be Huff. And I come out of New Mexico State after being runner-up as the Mr. Basketball in Illinois, and I'm over here in New Mexico State scoring 4 points a game.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been there for all 4 years. It's senior day. And they clap it up for J.R. Davis. Now I'm playing overseas and shit. And probably not getting that much tick.
Yeah.
Or I am getting tick, but nobody sees the glitz and glamour of you playing in fucking in Europe, in the Euro League. And you probably the shit over there.
Mm-hmm.
But over here, you just a nigga that be up in the club popping bottles when your season over with. You got you a nice car and everything. You doing your thing, but how come you ain't playing in the NBA? When you have success, that shit follows you. And then there's an expectation. And I just believe that a celebrity black owner ain't going to achieve the success that we're going to expect. Because we go now expect every star basketball player to go play for the Phoenix Suns. Oh, man, Giannis about to go play for the Suns. KD about to go play for the Suns. Kawhi Leonard about to go play for the Suns. Kobe's about to return from the grave, and he going to play for the Suns. Everybody going to want to play for the Suns because we got a black owner. What happens when that black owner hires a white dude as the head coach and the GM? Oh, man, he turning his back on his people. He turning his back on his people.
Yeah.
He could have easily hired Sam Cassell as the head coach. He could have easily hired he could have kept James Jones as the GM. The president of the team on the business side is white. Oh, he hiring all these white people. I got to deal with that shit. It's the Obama effect.
Yeah.
We wanted a black president until we got a black president. Because we thought that black president was going to do everything that he wanted to do for us and not realize that it's a whole other group of people that he got to take care of too.
Yeah.
So when Barack Obama didn't necessarily do what he needed to do for us, he gets shitted on. No matter how good of a job that he did overall as a president. So especially in the hip hop community, if a Jay-Z were to own the Phoenix Suns, oh, hell no.
Well, I say this.
It'd be nice though.
It would be dope. So I say this. I would think that a player, an ex-player like a Magic Johnson, who obviously he got a piece of the Dodgers, but I don't know his position with the Lakers. Like, is he? He got ownership. He got ownership of the Lakers.
Yeah, Magic probably got ownership of damn near everything in LA, including Bloods and Crips.
But say for instance, in a hypothetical situation, an ex-player or LeBron James, obviously we don't. LeBron James is the only billionaire player currently. A player of LeBron James's caliber, who we know is one of the greatest players of all time, he would have a better shot at being successful as an owner than anybody else, based off the fact that I think I'm just saying, I'm not saying he's gonna be successful. I'm saying is that I would have more faith in the LeBron James bringing a title to as an owner to a team than I would in a celebrity, a Jay-Z or anybody of that nature. Man, because LeBron was there. LeBron has dealt with the general managers, owners, and been on the floor, knows what it takes to win as a player. So I would have my trust in a player.
LeBron James is the majority owner of the Las Vegas.
I'm not saying, and that's different though, because
let me finish. I ain't even saying shit yet.
Yeah.
LeBron James is the majority owner of the Las Vegas Spades.
You got the
Aces, you got the Spades, man. The Las Vegas Spades.
They better not name their team the Spades.
I'm a black man named this team the Spades.
Oh my God.
Oh man, the racial connotations that have come with that.
Yeah.
All right, so but I'm just gonna name the team though. LeBron James, majority owner of the Las Vegas Spades, the newest team in the NBA. This is not a relocation. This is an expansion team.
Yeah.
LeBron James now has to draft unprotected players
Yeah.
from each of the NBA teams in the league. And these unprotected players ain't Giannis. Giannis ain't going unprotected. You know who going unprotected? Kobe White. You know who's going unprotected? Io. We have 12th and 13th men. Some 6 men, depending on contract situations and all of that. Like BJ Armstrong was left unprotected in the draft that Toronto and Vancouver had. He was the number 1 pick. How long does it take before LeBron James win a title when you have an expansion team of basketball? How long is he there before they win a championship?
That's a totally different kind of situation.
That's the point that I'm making.
That's a different kind of scenario.
That's the point that I'm making. Scenario, wait a minute. Because that scenario is more than likely the scenario that LeBron James will have because he wants that Vegas team.
Yep. But I trust LeBron to hire the right personnel to lead him in the direction that he wants to go in.
Chris Paul, the coach.
If that's what he want to do, that's what he want to do. But I trust the
Rich Paul, the GM.
I trust LeBron to make those decisions, to put the right people in play. Besides, compared to Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna just use Jay-Z because we're just gonna use him as a comparison.
I get what you're saying.
I trust
LeBron James has been in the game.
Yeah.
But no matter what, I think it's equally for the team. Like, for example, like Bob Johnson, billionaire, BET, has a team for Charlotte, and they're the Bobcats. And them boys wasn't successful, and he sold the team to Mike.
Mm-hmm.
My point being, especially in an expansion team terms, man, whoever owned that team ain't gonna own that team forever. They're gonna get about 10 years out of that joint.
Expansion team is a totally different kind of scenario, though. So I get you. I follow you there. I follow you.
But again, I know it would be nice. Don't get me wrong, man. I know it would be nice. I just don't see the end. I just don't see it working out for a celebrity billionaire owner to own the team. Now, if you own the team and then you become a celebrity, like nobody knew who the fuck Mark Cuban was when he bought the Dallas Mavericks. I didn't know who he was. Who was dude? Oh, he's just another owner.
And I just saw a clip of him doing the Kevin Hart.
Yeah, I saw that.
He said he bought the team for $285 million.
Yeah, tech guy bought the team, and now the team worth over $4 billion.
Yeah.
He became a celebrity after he bought that team.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think somebody who's used to winning is going to go to a team and truly be successful as an owner that's black, because it's going to be also a whole bunch of other stuff against you. And then the expectations you're going to have. Look, you think LeBron James is going to be a silent owner? That's what you need. I'm just going to put you in the place. You do what you need to do. I'll talk to you at the end of the season. I'm going to be at the games. I'm going to be clapping it up and all of that stuff. And the reason why I'm saying all of this really is simply because anytime something like this happens where a team is up for ownership, no matter what league it is, except for hockey, the first thing that you say is where the black guy at? Let's bring that black ownership, and I'm with that.
And LeBron owns a soccer team, right? He only owns a soccer team?
He's part owner. He owns a percentage for him. It's not like he owns 20, 30, 40%.
That's a start.
Nelly owned part of the Nelly owned part of the Bobcats, fam.
Do Usher still own part of the Cleveland
Yes,
Cavaliers?
he does. He owns part of the Cleveland Cavaliers, fam.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
You know when they bring him to talk, oh man, we got Usher up in the building. Hey, Usher, how you doing? Hey man, I'm just glad to be a part of the team.
Yeah.
But when you are the owner, the majority owner, it's a little bit different. I just don't know if any celebrity that anybody can name is going to look at this and the juice worth the squeeze.
When Cleveland Cleveland won the championship with LeBron James, do we think Usher brought a championship to the Cleveland Cavaliers? No, it's already been done. No,
See,
I'm just talking shit at this point, but I'm technically Usher brought a championship to the city of Cleveland.
He didn't do shit but collect a check. He wasn't up in there. He wasn't up in there like, yo, we need to hire Bernie Bickerstaff's son. Like, nah, he's not doing that. But like, yeah, I don't think a celebrity.
You right, Coach Mo. Hove got to cut his hair. He got to go back to being the old Hove. He got to go back to being Black Album Hove.
You got to be Black Album Hove.
Yeah, man. I can't take this Hove. Right
I don't think Hove or Diddy or any of these people, if they were to buy controlling interest of a team, would be comfortable on Instagram in Miami kicking it and chilling. Nah, man. People who get that ownership got to be people. To me, it can't be a celebrity, fam. It can't be somebody to come in and just, oh man, such and such just bought the team. Nah, it can't be that. You could be a celebrity afterwards, but you can't be that going in and try to own the team because the expectations is going to be so big and it's not going to be worth it unless you just flip the team. So, speaking of the NBA, the ESPN dropped their top players list again.
Okay,
yeah. And have you seen that list?
Nah, didn't you post a list in the group?
Yes, I did, Mike.
Let me take a look at this real quick. I'm looking. Hold on.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, let me see what we got going on here.
I don't think I've seen some. I don't think I've seen anything. Wow. I'll actually go to the top 25. Well, the 25 to 11. Okay. They got Anthony Edwards, Minnesota, the 25th ranked player in the NBA,
who just caught a fine for saying racial.
It wasn't racial.
No, racial was it was homophobic.
There you go.
Yeah, you can't say things about
you can't do that. Donovan Mitchell now with the Cleveland Cavaliers at 24. Bam Adebayo at 23.
Oh, they got it wrong right there. Boo that man down to about. Yeah, go ahead. Keep going. Bam Adebayo might be above. Go ahead though.
Damn. Jaylen Brown at 22.
Over Donovan Mitchell. That is crazy. Go ahead though.
Jaylen Brown at 22. Chris Paul at 21. Okay. Anthony Davis rounds out the top 20. At 19, Brad Beal. 18, Rudy Gobert. Number 17, Jimmy Butler. Number 16, Trae Young. Number 15, Paul George. Number 14, Dame Lillard. Number 13, Karl Anthony Towns. Number 12, Kawhi Leonard. And number 11, James Harden. Reportedly, LeBron James is number 7 on this list. So looking at 25 to 11, I already see that you get Bam Adebayo out of here.
That's horrible.
Is there anybody else that needs to get up out of there?
That's a horrible spot. Out of this, no, actually, maybe Rudy Gobert, maybe. I don't know. But
if you notice, Minnesota has 3 of the top 25 players in the NBA.
I'm not surprised about that. I mean, you got a lot of people that's high off of this new big 3. So that's not shocking to me. Rudy Gobert ranking higher than a lot of these guys is kind of puzzling to me. But the only one that surprised me out of this is Bam Adebayo. Bro, you could put Pascal Siakam above Bam Adebayo, bro.
Damn.
Bam Adebayo almost showed us who he really was in the postseason, dog. Just didn't show up. at all, fam. Like Jimmy was out there by himself, my G. I'm sorry. Like I'm not sold. Bam is a good player, bro. But having him in the top 25, nah. I'm good.
Top 25.
I'm good on that. He might be like top 50 or something, bro. He ain't top 25 at all, G. No disrespect, bro. Like being top 50 in the league that's not a bad thing. Like, you could point out 50 good players in the NBA. Like Bam Adebayo is one of them, but in the top 25.
So just thinking about this list, Giannis should be Giannis is in the top 10.
Yeah.
LeBron James is in the top 10. It looks like Devin Booker is in the top 10. Jason Tatum is in the top 10. Who am I missing?
Kevin Durant.
Yeah, Kevin Durant.
Kyrie Irving.
Wow, wait a minute. Yeah.
They gotta be in the top 10.
No, Kyrie Irving is in the hundreds on the 100 list. Hold on for a second.
So you said Bam Adebayo like ranked above? Bro, everything is wrong about this. That's wrong.
Kyrie is 33.
I gotta look at the whole list. I should have did my homework on this. I'm sorry. Forgive me.
Look, man.
I was a little busy these past couple of days. I missed out on. I should have did my homework on this. Bam Adebayo is above Kyrie Irving. Yo, I have no problem with that 25, bro, that we just read off. Well, the up until 10. Only person I have a problem with.
Yeah, it's looking like that top 10.
I'm stunned.
It's looking like that top 10 is gonna be Giannis, KD, Jokic, Steph Curry, LeBron James, Joel Embiid, Luka Doncic, Jason Tatum, Devin Booker.
That's 9. You got one more.
Damn, who would be that 10th? Giannis, KD, Joker, Steph Curry, LeBron James, Joel Embiid, Luka Doncic, Jason Tatum, Devin Booker. So that's 9.
You read off 9.
Damn, who am missing?
DeMar DeRozan? Ja Morant.
Is Ja Morant a top 10 player right now?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, yeah. Yeah, bro. He's easily
right now.
Yes.
I think it's an honest conversation.
Nah, no need to have an honest conversation about that, bro.
So Ja Morant is a top 10 player in the NBA right now.
Yes.
I mean, you saying that confidently.
He won most improved player, but he really should have been. No. He should have been
clean.
No. I'm not giving him that. I'm saying like he won that shit, but he really put up MVP numbers. That's what I'm saying. Like at one point in time, we were discussing him to be MVP. That's what I'm saying. Like he's top 10. I ain't saying he's top 5, but he's top 10.
So so Ja would be that 10th person.
Everybody you just named, Ja Morant deserves to be in that conversation.
So if you were to pick out of those 10, what is your top 10 NBA players this year out of that top 10 right there?
Out of that top 10, who would be my top 10 ranked 1
through 10, starting at 10?
Nah, you know what? Ja Morant top 5. He top 5.
Ooh.
He top 5. So
give me your top 10 based off of that. Devin Booker, Ja Morant, Jason Tatum, Luka Doncic,
Luka,
Joel, LeBron, Steph,
Luka, Jokic, Luka.
You starting at 10 and you starting at 1?
No, I'm picking top 5. I'm finna pick my top 5.
Top 10, fam.
Let me pick the 5. Let me get to the 5. It don't even matter after 5.
In this case, it don't shit.
All right, cool. But okay, 1. It's hard for me to pick. It's hard for me to pick a ranking, bro. But I'm gonna give you top 5 though, no order. Luka Doncic, Jokic, Ja Morant.
Put your name on some shit, Mike.
The player that's the top player going
number 10 out of every. We gave you the 10. Just fit them bitches. 10. The 10th best player out of all of those people is
Devin Booker.
All right.
So we'll go Devin Booker, then we'll go Tatum, then we'll go.
Ooh.
Nah, okay, hold on. Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, because we don't really know where Kevin Durant is.
Damn, you giving him 9?
We go. Yo, is Kevin Durant better than Luka Doncic? Is he better than Jokic right now? What are we doing? Where we at with Kevin Durant?
Hey.
Last time we see Kevin Durant, he was getting bumped in a playing game.
This is
we
your
gotta
list.
go off. We gotta go off what we seen.
Okay, so your number 10 is Devin Booker. Your number 9 is KD.
All right. I gotta see what the whole list is, bro. I need the list.
I just gave you the names.
Who go throw the names. I gotta throw the names out, man.
All right. So
Throw the names out.
I'm gonna put it in the StreamYard chat.
Let me see these names.
So,
let me see the names, and then I could give you the list.
So we can give you the list because I want we gonna put our name on some shit. We gonna put our name on some shit, fam. Like we not gonna hold around with this. We got basketball. Like we don't want Coach Moses looking at us crazy. He's a frequent viewer of the pod. We don't want him looking at us crazy. Yeah, he a whole ass basketball coach. Last thing we want to do is be talking about basketball and then coach be like, man, get y'all ass out of here. Y'all don't even know what y'all talking about. Talking about, Zion Williamson is the number 7 player in the NBA. Like, no, we gonna put our name on it, Mike.
Hey, they got Bam Adebayo over a lot of over. I put Zion in that list, bro. And he didn't even play last season. Get Bam out that top 25.
What's your issue with Bam Adebayo?
No, that's what I'm saying. See, what
did
have
you lose
done?
money?
No. They ain't got nothing to do with that, bro. I just expected more out of Buddy, though. Like in the playoffs, like if he would have showed up, they would have beat Boston.
It sounds like you lost money, Jack.
No, bro. I don't put Bam Adebayo on my tickets, bro, because he like a waste of height. Like the Buddy don't be rebounding or nothing, fam. Like,
come on, man. He be having double.
At least what he did in the playoffs.
Hey, man, last I heard, rebounding was overrated, fam.
Are you serious?
That's what somebody told me.
No, it's not. Not when you that size.
Somebody told me
rebounding is needed.
Nobody had told me.
No, rebounding is underrated. No, it's an underrated skill that you need to win basketball games, especially on the offensive side of the ball. We need niggas to offensive rebound, bro. Yeah, that's offensive rebounding is definitely an underrated skill.
So I got I got it up in there. Devin Booker, Jason Tatum, Luka
Where's
Doncic.
The list? I don't see it.
I hit the private chat, fam. Hit the private chat right there. See private chat on the right? Hit that right there. I got Devin Booker, Jason Tatum, Luka Doncic, Joel Embiid, LeBron James, Stephen Curry, Joker, Durant, Antetokounmpo, Ja Morant.
Right,
who's cool. Number 10?
Number 10 on this list is Devin Booker. Devin Booker is number 10.
There we go. Number 10, number 9.
All right, Kevin Durant.
Number 8.
LeBron James.
Oh, number 7.
No. Okay, let me stop you. Devin Booker, LeBron James, Kevin Durant.
Okay, number 7.
Number 7 would be Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Number 6.
Joel Embiid.
Number 5.
All right. Now we getting sticky. Jokic.
Ooh. Number 4.
Number 4. Ja Morant.
Number 3.
Stephen Curry.
Number 2.
No, number 3 would be Jason Tatum. Sorry.
Okay. Number 2.
Steph.
And okay.
No. I'm sorry. Wait. Where did I put? Where did I say Luka?
I just said 4 for Luka.
All right. So the top 5 is gonna be Luka Doncic. It's gonna be Steph Curry, Tatum, Ja.
Ooh, Mike. Wow.
Steph won the title. All right. Tatum went to the finals. All right. Luka is Luka. Luka just a freak of nature. He almost took out He almost took out the Warriors. So we got to look at that. And Ja is Ja. That's where we at.
All right, let me.
It's tough. It's tough. This is a tough list, bro. This is tough.
Let me take my crack at it. I don't want DG to say that my list is trash.
My list might be trash, but that's it is what it is.
Number 10, I agree with you with the Devin Booker thing. Number 9, I'm putting Ja Morant. Number 8, I'm gonna put Jason Tatum. Number 7, I'm going to put.
So you holding LeBron James to a high standard? What are we basing this off of? Like it all depends on what you're basing it off.
Yeah, it's coming into this year, 22-23 season. So yeah, Devin, Ja Morant, Jason Tatum, LeBron James at number 7. So yeah, Devin, Ja, Jason, LeBron James, Joel, Joker, KD, Luka, Curry, Giannis.
Giannis number 1.
Giannis number 1.
Okay.
Giannis number 1. How was that list, DG? Just want to make sure I'm right with my list. Now, how was that list? Yeah, Giannis is number 1. I think Giannis is going to mess around and win the MVP again. He looks good in these EuroLeague stuff. If this has to be, to me, this has to be Luka Doncic's year. All that stuff that people be talking about, Luka's next. He has to hit this year. Like, I don't think it's ever been a situation to me that somebody has to win MVP.
Yeah.
I think because of the way people talk, Luka got to win MVP this year.
And I think it opens up for him, it opens up for him to win MVP. Obviously, you don't have Jalen Brunson anymore, so I mean, that's more ball for him. You add Christian Wood, that's somebody who could also take the pressure off him scoring wise, and who you could get the ball to. So I could see I got Luka. I've got Luka winning the MVP as a favorite. I got Luka. It could be Ja Morant. It could be Tatum.
I don't think. See, that's my thing. I like Ja Morant, but I don't think Ja Morant is going to be as good this year as he was last year.
I'm with you on the Memphis Grizzlies possibly not as good, but I think Ja gonna be Ja. So I just think
I'm not saying he's gonna be Huff. I'm just saying that
I don't see no reason for him to have a decline this season. Like there's no reason.
I do.
What would be the reason? As a hooper, like him doing his thing. As you see,
when things are a little bit tougher.
Yeah.
Will he rise above that? Like, because there's gonna be more people back.
Okay.
You see Kawhi Leonard out here. His thighs out here looking like my head.
My man's on that. On whatever Saquon Barkley doing. That's what Kawhi. He on them that type of. He on that type of time.
I just don't know. And then plus, what is that mindset coming in? Like, do they have a mindset to continue that growth, or are they feeling themselves and might fall off? There's a couple of ways that this could go on, and I just don't think that they're going to be as good as they were as last year. He's still going to be nice. I just don't think that season is going to be as nice. No. Okay. And if it is, I ain't mad at it. I want to see a team like Memphis do well and possibly go to the finals more than some other teams, but I think the fall off commences. And instead of them being the number 2 seed where they was this year, they are, a 5th, 6th seed. Because I think I'm probably going to stick to it that I think that the Clippers are going to win the championship this year.
Okay.
So, but hey, it looks like that is your list for ESPN. Okay. Not numbered, but as far as your top 10 players, Devin Booker, Jason Tatum, Luka Doncic, Joel Embiid, LeBron James, Stephen Curry, Jokic, Kevin Durant, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Ja Morant. I don't know if Devin Booker's a top 10 player.
Interesting.
I don't know.
Interesting.
I I don't coming into this year. I don't
Yeah.
know if he is. Like, I would rather put Kawhi back in that top 10 instead of Devin Booker. Devin Booker's kind of overrated to me. Kinda.
We get to the shit, huh?
If he's 10th, he's kind of overrated to me. Like, I like Devin Booker's smooth game. He's starting to look like Allen Houston to me.
Is that a diss or not?
It's not a diss because Allen Houston was always consistent until he hurt his knee.
I respectfully disagree. When Chris Paul went down, Devin Booker showed he emerged as a all we already know what he can do, man. He can put the ball in the basket. They didn't win. They didn't win.
When I think of top 10, that's what I think about. That's what I think about. Considering who you win against too. I don't know.
A lot of them niggas didn't win, bro. Like,
no, I know a lot of them.
Either.
I know Luka didn't win, but Luka carried that team.
Devin Booker carried the team,
but
they all went down.
But they had other people on that team.
When I look at it too, I'm looking at it more of a skill set wise. Like, what are you doing to develop as a player? Devin Booker has shown that he's developed not only as an elite scorer, but he also showed that he can be a ball distributor.
I am not disagreeing with that. I am not disagreeing with everything that you said. Not disagreeing with none of that at all. But this is a top 10 list.
I think Devin Booker belongs.
And everybody can't be in your top 10.
I feel you.
I'm saying that Kawhi would go in that top 10.
So you're taking out Devin Booker. So out of that 10, you're inserting Kawhi and taking out Devin Booker.
I'm taking out Devin Booker respectively. Going into the 2022-2023 season. It's drawing straws right now.
For sure.
But if I look at that list and we ask the question, if you have to take somebody out and put somebody in it, I'm putting Kawhi in there and I'm taking Devin Booker out.
Yeah. I ain't mad at it.
But
I don't think that makes him overrated though.
I mean, technically, yeah.
Well, technically overrated.
Overrated we got a shirt for this, Mike.
But are you saying
overrated don't mean whack?
Are you saying he's overrated based on that top 10 list?
Yes.
All right. But he's not overrated. You're not saying, I got you. I follow
I'm talking about based on the list that we gonna see from ESPN probably tomorrow. He's at least 10th. I don't think he's 10th.
Ooh, I'm gonna hate to see your reaction when they got Devin Booker at like 5 or some shit like that.
And that's really gonna make him on now. That's what I'm like, oh nah, y'all tripping. This is light skin bias right
They
here.
gonna have that man at 5, they gonna flip. Oh
yeah,
man.
That's what I'm saying. Like top 10, I'm moving him out and I'm putting Kawhi in.
Okay.
Based off of what I see right here. I'm not saying that he whack anything like that. We got his shirt. My bad. That's the ESPN shit. I was looking at the joint, but I'm not saying anything else. I'm not saying that he's whack or anything like that because he's not.
Indeed.
I'm just saying that 2022, 2023, I'm putting Kawhi in there.
Yeah.
And I'm taking him out. And that's probably the only person that I'm touching.
Okay.
If it was anybody you had to take out and anybody you would plug in, who would it be for you? If it is anybody, are you cool with that top 10?
Let me see. I think looking at this list, I honestly, bro, I don't have a problem with this list. If I had to pull anybody out, let me see. Who was the You got the list up. Who was 20 through 11?
All right, let me go through that list again. All right. Anthony Edwards at 25, Donovan Mitchell at 24, Bam Adebayo at 23, Jaylen Brown at 22, Chris Paul at 21, Anthony Davis at 20, Brad Beal at 19, 18, Rudy Gobert. 17.
I really want Bradley Beal to go crazy.
And that
He is due for a season, man.
So that was the next question.
Season.
That was the next question I was gonna have.
Yeah.
But I'll continue on that list.
Yeah.
Before I use the person that you just gave was the answer. Jimmy Butler at 17, Trae Young at 16, Paul George at 15, Damian Lillard at 14, Karl Anthony Towns at 13, Kawhi Leonard at 12, James Harden at 11.
James Harden way too high, but
he's way too. Yes, he's way too high.
Hey, insert if I had to take somebody out, let me take somebody out, bro. If I had to insert anybody, I'm inserting Jimmy Butler
in the top 10.
In the top 10, bro.
And who you taking out?
Fuck it, we take Devin Booker out. We'll take Devin Booker out because you want to know why Devin Booker? Because Jimmy Butler, bro. I even know he's. What Jimmy Butler at? Like 2 years old, fam?
Yeah.
I feel like Jimmy Butler is just getting better at this point, fam.
Nah.
Like, he showed up last year in the postseason, this past postseason, and I liked everything that I seen from Jimmy Butler, bro, and I think Jimmy Butler can have one of them seasons, fam. So
now keep it a buck. LeBron James getting old.
LeBron James is getting old.
He's still gonna be one of the best players this year, but LeBron James is getting old.
But when he was on the court last year, that man was averaged 30 a game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But hear me out, though. Hear me out. This is no diss. He's getting old. Eventually, we're gonna have to move him out. Who is the player in that 25 to 11 range, not named Kawhi and Paul George?
Yeah,
because they easy. Who, and I think I know the answer because you might have said it, but who is the person on that list that can move into the top 10 with an amazing season this year?
Bradley Beal. I think so. I think Bradley Beal, pending no injuries, the man plays a full season. The man can get out, Joe. He has, like Coach Mo just said it, he easily could win the scoring title. Easily. But, it's kind of like we haven't gotten to a point where we know what Bradley Beal is yet because he hasn't stayed on the court a full season and God knows how long.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They just paid him big money. I feel like, man, Joe, this is the time. If you want to, you know what I'm saying, be one of them guys, this is the time to be one of them guys.
All right.
So I'm going to take Bradley Beal here.
Here we go, man. Let me just throw this out here. This has got to be the year for Karl Anthony Towns.
Facts.
Coming out talking about you one of the best offensive talents ever. You now, according to this ESPN list, are one of the top 25 players in the NBA, and two of your teammates are in there too. So now you legit have a big three.
Mm-hmm.
And that's with D'Lo as your point guard. The Minnesota Timberwolves has to kill. And he needs to lead that. He don't got no dog in him, in my opinion. He need to find one this year. He is easily the person that can not only jump into the top 10, I think Karl Anthony Towns can win the MVP this year.
Okay.
As long as Minnesota has a dope year, he could win MVP this year.
I don't disagree.
It's totally up to him. So I was going to choose Brad Beal, but since you chose Brad Beal, it allows me to do my challenge to Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah.
If you are truly one of the great offensive talents in NBA history, that's cool. But you're going to have to play defense sooner rather than later.
Facts.
But because you have the best or one of the best defensive players in the league.
I was about to say that defensive shit might be out the window now. He might lean on Rudy.
No, I'm just saying, now that you have him and you got Anthony Edwards too, you gotta dominate. And if he does 3/4 of what I think he can do, he will be in the running for MVP, and he would move into that top 5 spot, not 10, but top 5 spot. All right, Mike, before we get out of here, do you have any hot takes? You good?
Nah, I think we straight. We covered all the bases here,
All
my
right.
guy.
Well, it's time for me to get this off my chest. Mike, I want to apologize to you and the Some Dude listeners.
Yeah.
I want to apologize to each and every one of y'all because I allowed myself to get into arguments and debates around the Chicago Bears and Green Bay Packers.
Before you get into that, let me intro this. All right, y'all. Look, so let me tell y'all what happened, man. Bang. All right, so after the Bears Packers game on Sunday Night Football, the Bears they took an unfortunate loss against Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. And obviously the timeline blew up. Facebook timeline, Twitter timeline, Instagram timeline, everything blows up. And then we start getting the quotes and the Packers fans and everybody coming out. And then you got the Packers fans who lives in Chicago. You know how Bears hate that. Yeah. And so yeah. So I was scrolling my Facebook timeline and bang, had a status up there. I think he said something about I don't know what the Instagram status. I don't know what the Facebook status was, but I went on there. Matter of fact, no, I have to go for reference. Give me 1 second. Hold on. I will go back and find this exactly what it was. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna let Bang do his thing. But I had hit Bang and I told him, I'm like, bro, what are you doing? So let me see. Where's the actual post that Bang?
Yeah, go and find it.
Let me go find this real quick. Then I'm gonna let you explain yourself.
Find it.
All right, cool. Here we go. All right, PTO ruined. No, y'all be well. No, that ain't the one.
Come on now.
Okay, cool. It's cool. Buddy gone the next 2 seasons. Yep. And Moggs will be back in the ghetto while y'all go search for another squad. Count y'all days. All right, cool. Bang, got some reactions, loves, and likes. And then you got one person on here who caught Bang's attention. He will remain nameless. If Bang wants to say his name, that's cool. But, he said, laughing my ass off, you going to wait 2 years. Bears fans create their own misery. Go to bed.
I'm wearing the hoodie for a reason.
Bang, my guy. What he did was vintage Mike B when the Cowboys used to lose and people used to come on my statuses and go crazy talking shit about the Cowboys. Bang reacted, ladies and gentlemen. He reacted. And it's a thread of at least 10 comments of a back and forth between Bang and this one person. 2 people, actually. So I'm not even gonna, y'all could go back and y'all could check his status and Bang will explain if you want us to talk about what was on the status. But I texted Bang that night and I told him, I said, Bang, what are you doing? I said, you looking like vintage me right now, reacting to people on your timeline when we have this beautiful platform that we call Some Dude Pod. Stand down. I said, I quote, stand down, Bang. Please stop it. It was crazy. It was crazy for me to see Bang out of his element like that because I never have seen Bang do that. Like he's done it before, but as of recently, as me and him been doing this podcast, I've never seen Bang react. It's always hashtag save it for the pod. But Bang got taken out of his element on Sunday night after the Bears lost, and I was very, very disappointed with him. And I knew that he was going to come on this pod and he was going to explain himself. And now I'm going to let him explain himself. Bang, why did you let a Packers fan take you out of your element on social media?
The same reason why Justin Fields got taken out of his element in that press conference. It's the Packers.
Yeah.
Simply put.
Yeah.
It's 2 teams I don't like losing to. It's the Packers and the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
But with the Packers, is almost an expectation because of Aaron Rodgers. That first drive, we felt good. After that, I think we were more competitive, even though the score was the way it was. I think we was more competitive than we was in some of the games in the past, except for the one, when they came back from 20. But you get tired of losing to the Packers, But let's start off with that status, man. Let's start off with that status.
Mhm.
I meant every word of that. Aaron Rodgers is not going to be here in the next 2 to 3 seasons, man.
Okay.
If the Packers win the title this year, I think he gone.
Okay.
They win next year and he's still there, I think he gone. But Aaron Rodgers ain't going to be there in the next 2 to 3 years. Y'all already know the quarterback y'all got back there, Jordan Love, is terrible. So who y'all going to get as y'all quarterback? So ride this wave that y'all should run. Ride it. Ride that. Because when Aaron is gone, y'all are back in the ghetto. It's gonna look like the 80s, Jack. Just go look at Green Bay in the 80s.
Yeah.
Go look. They was huff. And the Bears was beating their ass. They're gonna be huff. Y'all gonna be back in the ghetto. So it's the end of the road, almost there. The light at the end of the tunnel was there for Aaron Rodgers. But even he getting tired of going to the Super Bowl, well, going to the playoffs and not going to the Super Bowl. The way that his contract is worked is damn near a year-to-year basis. So again, just going with the status. Hey, man, enjoy it while it lasts. Y'all got 2 to 3 years. Aaron Rodgers is not pulling a Tom Brady. He ain't playing till he's 45. He barely want to play now. So ride that wave, Green Bay fans. It's not much longer before y'all in the ghetto like we are. But what kills me, and you know what? I'll shoot people some bail because I understand it a bit. Bears ain't been the most successful team. So when your team ain't winning Super Bowls, you don't see them in the playoffs all the time, but you see somebody else with a great quarterback or going to Super Bowls, you're going to be a fan of that team. You are a Dallas Cowboys fan. You have a lineage of that, though. I'm a Bears fan. I have a lineage of that. But a lot of Green Bay fans from Chicago are fans of Green Bay because they hate the Chicago Bears. It's the only reason. It's not because they really love Aaron Rodgers.
Ooh.
It's not because they really love Brett Favre.
Ooh.
It's because they hate the other team. So they want to be anti, and they want to hate the other team to get under people's skin.
Ooh.
That's the only reason. That is it. That is all. Because here's the thing. This is not like basketball where you're from Chicago, but you end up a Golden State fan because they've been winning, or you're a Lakers fan because they have a history of winning, or a Boston Celtics fan because randomly it was nothing but women that was like on social media talking about I love the Celtics. Rarely hear a dude be like, yo, I love the Celtics.
Mm-hmm.
You don't never hear nobody except for LeBron when LeBron was there. Just give me, but let's take LeBron James off. When have you ever heard somebody say, oh, man, I love the Cleveland Cavaliers? They're my favorite team. The Toronto Raptors. Oh, I love the Toronto Raptors. Oh, I love the Milwaukee Bucks. Fam, I basically named every team in the division, in the Central Division, that the Bulls were in, or was at one time in the division with the Bulls. The rivals. You ain't never hear a dude from Chicago be like, yo, I'm a Detroit Pistons fan, have you?
Nope.
But that's also because at that time we have a history of winning. So that's why you go to the other teams that win and not necessarily the people in that division. Well, Green Bay is a little bit different. They were winning and they also were in our division. And football's a bit different. If the Detroit Lions had the winning history of Green Bay, them same Packers fans that say they love the Packers, they would have been Detroit Lions fans. If it was Minnesota, they'd say that. And the reason why is because that team is winning and you hate the team that's losing. That's why if you are a Green Bay Packers fan, from now on, if your history of fandom starts with Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre, I don't give a shit about what you say no more. The only Green Bay fans I care about now that I really have true discussions with, you got to come to me and talk to me about the Don Majkowski years. Because if you 40, you old enough to talk about it. If you rocking with Green Bay like that, you had to been rocking with them when they was 8-8 with Ray Rhodes. Those couple of years where Brett Favre was just like, oh shit. You got to tell me how much of a fan of Brett Favre you was and was happy that he got off of painkillers. You got to tell me about your love for Sterling Sharp. You got to tell me how Edgar Bennett was one of your favorite running backs. Y'all Green Bay Packers fans, but when nobody on Facebook talking shit about how Leroy Butler was in the Hall of Fame now. The creator of the Lambeau Leap is in the Hall of Fame, and none of y'all Green Bay Packers fans was on Facebook like, hey man, salute to the legend. That's my point. None of y'all was. You can't go on Facebook and go put up a Facebook status and send that to a couple of weeks ago. None of y'all was on Facebook talking about some shouts out to Leroy Butler, who was on the team while they were winning with Brett Favre. So I don't want to hear all that. I'm a Green Bay Packer fan. You just hate the Bears. It don't matter. So those are the people that I can't talk to no more. Because you wasn't celebrating your mans who was a part of the team who started the Lambeau Leap when he went into the Hall of Fame in August. But when the Bears lose to Green Bay yet again, you want to open your mouth and hit people with the told you so. Just say you hate the Bears. You don't like Green Bay because you don't even care when they don't go to the Super Bowl. You don't care. Them boys went to the NFC Championship and was favorites and lost. And you wasn't even mad. But you hella excited when you beat the Bears. So that's why I'm apologizing to Mike. And that's why I'm apologizing to all of the listeners of Some Dude Pod. Because I let myself argue with people who ain't even fans of the team that they say they fans with. Who they say they fans of.
I didn't get that. Could you try
I'll
again?
say it again for you, Siri. I apologize to Mike and everybody who listened to Some Dude about my actions this weekend because I argued with people, and I have been arguing with people who ain't even Green Bay Packers fans. They just hate the Chicago Bears. So it wouldn't even matter who beat the Bears. It's aha. I love the Bears. I rock with the Bears through and through. Do I like other teams? Yeah. But ain't nobody taking over the fandom of the Chicago Bears, win or lose. When Aaron Rodgers ain't there no more, what team you going to? What team you going to next? Don't dare say that you're going to be a Green Bay Packer fan. Because half of y'all wasn't Cleveland Cavaliers fans when LeBron James left to go to LA. And y'all wasn't Cleveland Cavaliers fans when LeBron left to go to Miami. You became Miami fans. You became LA fans. And that's the same thing was going to happen with Green Bay. Once Green Bay is done, you're going to go to the Chargers, or you're going to go to the Bengals, or you're going to be like, I'm a Chiefs fan. Because it's cool to be that. You're not going to continue to be Green Bay Packers fans once Aaron Rodgers is gone and Jordan Love is the quarterback. You're going to be like, oh, it ain't there no more, so I'm straight. You are fans of a team who have what? One more ring than we do. And y'all have two quarterbacks who are Hall of Famers. Y'all got only one more ring than us, Super Bowl ring than us. It is what it is. But you don't care. You don't care. Because you're not really a Green Bay Packer fan. You are Bears fan. Only reason why you ain't a Detroit Lion fan, because they ain't got no history of winning. They ain't out here winning. Same thing with the Vikings. And it's not really cool to be like, I'm a Viking fan in Chicago. But Green Bay it is, because that's the Bears' biggest rival. But again, y'all ain't Green Bay Packers fans, G. Y'all just hate the Chicago Bears. So why would I argue with you? Because again, Leroy Butler is a Super Bowl winning Hall of Fame safety that created the Lambeau Leap. So of course, he's a former Green Bay Packer. In fact, I think Green Bay is the only team he played for. And none of y'all Green Bay Packers fans was talking about some, man, congratulations to Leroy Butler. Job well done and welcome to the Hall of Fame. All your ass was saying was, man, I can't wait to play the Bears this year. Where the bet's at? So just say you hate the Bears. That's it. Sounds better. I hate them. Say it with me. I hate the Chicago Bears. But don't try to fake like you're a Green Bay Packer fan. Stop. Look at me in my eye. Stop playing like y'all Green Bay Packers fans. Y'all not. Y'all just hate the Bears. Just say that. And when you do that, I respect you a bit more. But I won't respect your arguments because it comes from hate. So I apologize to everybody at Some Dude, all my Some Dude homies, and all of that for engaging in any debates around the Green Bay Packers. But man, I can't wait till Aaron Rodgers is gone because it's back to the ghetto. Y'all go.
Bang. Apology accepted. It takes a real man to, know when he was wrong.
Yep.
And based off what me and you do on this platform, we got to be better. Yeah. We got to be better than that. We save it. This is what we do. We hashtag save it for the pod. That's what we do, man. And then we're going to end it just like that, man. Hashtag Some Dude Pod. Make sure y'all rate. Make sure y'all like. Make sure y'all subscribe. Y'all already know we're available right now on Twitch and YouTube. The What Digital. Make sure y'all subscribe there. Twitter. At Some Dude Pod, Instagram at Some Dude Pod, like us on Facebook at Some Dude, join the group on Facebook if you haven't, hashtag Some Dude Pod, DG, we gonna get some new merch soon, don't trip, you know what I'm saying, make sure y'all, if you haven't copped any merch, make sure you hit the merch store, grab something for yourself, for another one, and yeah, man, y'all already know what it is, man, we available where podcasts are available at. I am Mike B, that is JR Bang, this is Some Dude Pod. Shout out to the homie Scott for sliding through, chatting it up with us. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's it, man. That's all we got right now, man. We'll see y'all next week. All right.